everyone, hello and welcome to Whanganui Atara, the home of the Mills Albert Wellington Saints. Sky Broadband rapidly coming your way. Saints and the Sharks, old rivals of course. Look at all those championship banners, 12 times champs, the Wellington Saints. Hope you're well, looking forward to this one. The Sharks in a little bit of form. Sal's NBL still to come later today. Right now, though, all eyes on the final game for these two teams in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. Great to see you, Case.
Great to be seen. Always a beautiful day in Wellington when the sun's out. And what a day for some basketball action as we watch Sam Gold warm up and this Saints squad who's looking for some success down the stretch in the Rapid League. If you ain't nervous, you don't care.
Here is the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. Last time these two teams met, Case, just 1 point separated them.
That was one of the heartbreaking losses the Sharks have suffered so far this season. Top scorers in the game today. Sam Gold, what a midseason addition he has been for this Saints squad. Ben Hall doing it from outside, doing it from in. Look for him to have some success today. Cole and Lovell, the big man clash. Who can control the paint? That's going to be key. Donna Paesi, when he gets going, that is a sight to behold. And Scotty Telfer, an X factor of both sides of the ball.
Coin officials, Sasha Nicholson, Sampan, and Ricardo Nathai Remene. They've got the whistles. There's Scotty Telfer. He's ready to go. Sampan shaking hands. Doors are open as the crowd shuffles in. Big crowd expected here today for the Sal's NBL as well.
Yeah, essentially a sellout. Was talk about 25 tickets, I think, yesterday were available, but expect all those to get snapped up on a Sunday afternoon.
Couple of changes for the Saints today. Ben Eyre, home ill at the moment, so that's why you're not seeing Caslow Evans Jr. in this game. He's about to get his first career Sal's NBL start.
Yeah, it's great to see him get the opportunity. Not the only player out. Rengi Marie Dougal-Mita also out with a knee injury that he's expected to recover from. So it looked good warming up before the game, but not quite ready to go live.
Yeah, news from Dougal-Mita, just precautionary here today. We'll see him in a play-in final next Friday night. Shot clock down to 5 here. Andrew Wheeler has to get crafty, and he draws the foul. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Well, definitely the most experienced player on the court coming out against the player with the least experience. Straight to the left-hand drive. Mounier with that physicality defensively gets the pinged for the foul. Wheeler off to the Chemist Warehouse.
There's been some thrillers in round 16 Rapid League. Jets got home by 1 over the Phi. Hawks by 4 against the Tuatara. The only blowout was the Rams over the Bulls by 22. Jets over the Sharks by 2. Nuggets over the Bulls by 3.
And the Sharks hoping not to make it 2 close losses in a row down the stretch. And it certainly would be nice for the Orange Army to finish things on a bit of a high.
2 down for Andrew Wheeler. That's the margin. That man. He reaches in and fouls.
Big key for this Saints team is only having 5 players. They're going to have to be pretty careful with how they're exploiting these minutes, how much energy they're exploiting, because they do have a substitute in the Sal's NBL game, but he's an import. Malik Ben Levy is going to be expected to play there.
Yeah, the other player that'll be coming off the bench is Darnay Samuel, but the Saints have indicated he won't be playing in this Sky Broadband Rapid League. Saints still yet to score. Sharks go inside. Riley Snow pinning down.
Well, nice recognition about the switch. Mounier can't do anything about it. Can't get a second foul this early. So he just lets out the bucket finish for Snow.
How good is it to have this man, Dion Prooster, on the floor? So much experience for these young Saints. Thada Paese has had a wonderful season. All the way to the hoop here. Can't finish. Lovell got up high, came down hard.
Well, looked like he got hacked a little bit. Doesn't get through. Sharks in retaliation in transition.
Wheeler, one side to the other. Telfer, short on the iron.
Like that cross-court pass, though. Caught the defense cheating into the middle against the big man on low. Can't get the jumper to drop.
Prooster, look away into the corner. Munier bundled out of play.
Munier's picked up 2 fouls, driving to the basket now. I'd like to see that kind of aggressive going. It was not fouled, unfortunately. Stepped on the line, my mistake. Looks like he might have been pushed. I mean,
you reckon?
I think maybe there's some contact on that one.
He was nowhere near the line until he got shoved over it. Carpia around Lovell. Nice strong move by Matariki Carpia, and now he battles with Munier.
I'd like to see the young fella come out, getting himself involved early. Just needs to see something drop into the net to settle those nerves.
The 19-year-old out of St. Pat's Silverstream, a local product, Hassan Munier. This time a foul is called. Score won't count, though.
Thada Paese gets the benefit of the doubt on the whistle on the baseline drive, and the Sharks have been beaten a couple of times in that direction.
Saints averaged 38 a game in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Haven't scored in the opening 2 minutes here.
Vastly different team scoring those buckets, though. No Troy Plumtree, no Rengi Marie Dougal-Mita, no Caslow Evans Jr. They're going to have to find somebody else to get it done.
Young man, welcome to the big time. Hassan Munier gets his opening points of his career. Congratulations.
Sharks want the foul, but Munier gets the bucket. Good aggressive drive again. I mean, Telfer not in bad position. I think maybe just sliding a little bit. Munier knows immediately. Count that bad boy. One of the enjoyable things about basketball is seeing the camaraderie between teammates. And I'll tell you what, they must like this young fella, because everybody on the team, when he walked out of the gym today in his uniform, was hooting and hollering. Very excited to see him get the first opportunity to suit up in the Rapid League and, of course, in the NBL later on.
Good to see, isn't it? You love that. Ben Hall, one of the best in the competition. He goes hard as well.
Nice board. Lovell gets up over the rim, igniting the fast break. What do the Saints do it this time?
Munier with a little bit of confidence. There's an offensive foul on Lovell.
Matariki Carpia gets that foul. A bit of a homecoming for him. He should have some fans in the crowd.
Yeah, he's a local. There's that offensive foul.
Just gets depleted on that screen, aggressively staying with the ball handler until that screen forces him off that line. Nice call there.
Expecting a big crowd here this afternoon for the Sal's NBL, but Case, we're back here on Friday night for a play-in final, and this place will be buzzing, won't it?
It's going to be jumping as Ben Hall with a nice finish, cut down the line, moving without the basketball, making himself available, and then finishing with the soft touch.
Munier to Gold, catches, shoots, look great off the hand. Sam Gold for 3.
He's really stroking the ball nicely. Saw him warming up, and everything that left his hand looked so pure, and you see evidence of that on that first make.
Love a young big man who can step out and nail those threes.
He's not a big, that's a 3-man. What are we talking about?
He's big in this competition.
He is tall, I'll give you that, but he is a wing all the way.
Got some good skills, hasn't he? One of 3 brothers in the Gold family, of course. That's a pass there halfway down.
Nice look, good offense, drawing from side to side, attacking that defense on the weak side with a skip.
6 apiece. Webster to Cole. Here's Telfer. Scotty Telfer past Prooster all the way to the rack.
Really nice recognition. How Prooster overcommitted to that left hand, the crossover, and a quick burst of speed gets Scott Telfer to the layup.
Now Munier slapped away hard. Cole meeting him and putting him down.
I mean, a good black up high. A wee bit of contact down low. I love the drive, really aggressive, but here you see he hits hard. Look at the neck snapback. You hear it on the effects mic. Great block. Unfortunately for him, a little bit too much body. Munier to the line, and the good news is that was he felt pretty flat, so he sort of dissipated that impact across the entire area of his back, and the head snap back didn't go into the court. So he's bounced up nicely from that contact.
That is an old-fashioned shirt front. That's what that is.
Hey, if you're going to be driving in, you get what you get. The paint is for the big trees. If you want to come down, every once in a while, you're going to regret it.
No love for the little shrubs, obviously.
I got lots of love for them, but you get what you get, you come in. You got to know where your home is, and it ain't always down there.
Well, Hassan Mounier has certainly got some memories out of his opening quarter of basketball in this competition. We've got to stop here. Bit of a clock issue.
Let's see what they do here on the score clock, because oh, that's going to be a technical. Close to, oh no, warning to the bench down there.
On the Sharks?
Well, you know, the officiating crew caught it. You probably can let it go after that point. Let's see what happens. Are they just going to leave it at 7.6? Or are they going to put more time on and get the shot clock right? Because it'll be a bit unfortunate for the Saints to just get the ball with 7 seconds and only 3 seconds on the clock here because of that score bench error.
If you are new to the Sky Broadband Rapid League, first question is, where have you been for the last 16 weeks? But it's 4 by 4 minute quarters. It is quick fire stuff. 7.6 to play in this opening quarter. Now we've got another stop as we try and get to the bottom of the issue.
Well, they're going to reset, leave it at 7.6, put 3.5 seconds on the clock. So the Saints are going to have to get a shot up very quickly here.
Let's see what they can do here. Saints down by 2, early stages. Brewster to bring it in, goes to Lovell, who does catch and does finish.
Beautifully executed. Now 2 seconds for the Sharks to get something on the other end.
Let's see if they can respond to Webster. That'll fall short. So the Saints get the closing basket of this opening quarter. Sky Broadband Rapid League this afternoon from the Capital. 8 apiece. It's been a nice battle.
I like the back and forthness. The only thing I would think is the Sharks might want to pick up the pace as we see a beautiful catch by Lovell. Really does a nice job of getting up over Quake Webster, who's just a bit outsized down there. Can't get a hand on it. Lovell grabs it, finishes strong to tie things up. And when you look at the lack of depth on the Saints squad in the Rapid League, if I'm the Sharks, being able to rotate through bodies, it's all about pace. I want to run, I want to run, I want to run. I want to try and get those 5 guys in foul trouble as well.
Troy McLean, John Old, the 2 coaches here. Fantastic to see the assistant coaches stepping in and taking the reins in the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
Taking a look at the stats brought to you by Chemist Warehouse, the official stats provider for the NZNBL. Well, Saints shooting 60% from the field, 50% from deep, but 3 turnovers in that first half are what has given them a little bit of issue. 2 assists for both squads, and the Saints grabbing 4 defensive rebounds off of 5 Sharks misses in the first quarter.
Of course, it's a quick fire game, the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Best way to watch it, the FIBA starter, $30 a month for the first 3 months. Sky Broadband, get into it. It's a fantastic deal available to the end of September. Second quarter about to start.
Quick turnaround. Let's see where the Saints decide to attack here. It's been a lot of on ball in that first quarter. Off that penetration, we have the 1 triple. See if they can't create some more of that. And the Sharks looking to create some more of those turnovers and get some success in transition.
Brewster passing, big fella, doing well. Corey Lovell to Sam Gold.
Perfectly executed there. Dion Brewster with a hockey assist, making that first pass, penetrating the defense, allowing Lovell to find Gold on the high low.
Turnover. Saints picked off by Thada Piese. Stumble mid-court and just coming in. Carpia, nowhere to go, commits the foul.
Well, Carpia got away with the first foul, a little bit of a contact that made Thada Piese sort of stumble and lose the basketball. That left that ball free, and then Carpia just a little bit late getting to it, so he gets whistled for the second contact.
Sam Gold leading all scorers at the moment with 5. Mounier, Thada Piese. Nice little pass inside to Lovell.
Oh, that can't be a travel. He didn't have possession.
Can't be a travel. Trailing official calling that one.
I think Lovell, unfortunate for them. He just didn't catch the ball cleanly. It popped out of his hands. Look at this nice find by Piese. He never really had, and actually kind of dribbled it anyway, but unfortunate for him, travel is whistled. And I can see from behind why it might look that way.
Yeah. Here's Wheeler. Pulls up the dribble. Webster. A local Southlander. He's had a big season as well for the team in orange. That one not clear of Cole.
The weak side of the Sharks, they need to cut to the strong side of the basket there. Cole cuts to the weak side, and that allows Gold to get a hand on. If he front cuts that, he'll make himself more available for Telfer, who was in a bit of trouble in the corner.
Ben Hall into the action. He's had a huge season, over 10 points a game in the Rapid League. in to Cole. That's well short. Saints will get it back. Done a PS there.
Shot clock hasn't started yet. There it goes now, thankfully.
On the drive. Jeez, athletic, isn't he, Tyson Butter? PS there.
Really nice burst of speed coming off that on ball. No show there, giving him free reign down the lane for two.
And came into this Saints team. Cole does well there. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. Tyson Thadapesa came into this Saints team for season 2024 off the back of some pre-season trials.
It's always nice when the teams go to that local area, give players from around the way the opportunity to come in, make the squad. And there's a lot of talent out there and a lot of different ways to matriculate it to the NZNBL. Not everybody's coming up through age group competitions. There's a lot of places to play. Nice to see Thadapesa get his opportunity, and he's done well. He's played really well. He's even had some big plays in the NZNBL as well.
First point of the second quarter for the Sharks. And another one added by Connor Cole. Margin's only 2. Tight battle. Riley Snow steps in for Cole.
Well, this is looking like another tight game down the stretch. Of course, that has not boded well for the Sharks throughout the season. They'd feel a lot safer if they could get a little bit of a lead after overcoming this 2-point deficit here.
Prooster. Three-pointer, sweet shot. He's done that so many times over the years.
Really executing well, set a nice screen there by Lovell, giving Prooster the space he needed to knock down the jumper.
Of course, Casey, right throughout the season, we've enjoyed seeing so many young rising players through this competition as Carpia is fouled. Congratulations last night to the under-18 national champions from Nelson. Won the 17s last year, won the 18s this year.
Back-to-back, doing very well indeed behind Hayden Jones, MVP on the night. 33 points, 18 rebounds in the title game. Also made the All-Star 5. And of course to the under-18 women from Waikato.
Yes.
Getting a championship of their own. Nice to see that region going well. Anthony Corbin, again in charge of the young ladies.
Speaking of coaches, for our Sky Sport viewers, a couple of familiar names coaching the Nelson team, of course.
Well, everybody knows because all they do is talk about Nelson. But good job, Hugh and Phil.
Phil Jones and Hugh Bainan, of course.
Great job not getting in the way of the talent, the two of you.
I like it. Sam Gold has come out firing away here this afternoon. Margin at 3, heading down towards halftime. Ball to Carpia.
Trying to take advantage of the mismatch. Help side's there, though.
Ben Hall swings it out to Wheeler. Took it down around his ankles. The three-pointer's off target. And here's Hassan Mounier on debut, of course, today. He looks a nice find, settling in well, the 19-year-old. Prooster waits for Lovell. Lovell slips towards the basket. Prooster had it, lost it. There's a foul there. That's against Dion Prooster.
Well, nice job by Andrew Wheeler. Gianni on the spot. In good help side position. And about to pick up that basketball. And then Dion Prooster goes for the dive, takes out the leg. Thankfully, no injuries there, but the foul is rightfully called.
It's always a dangerous one, isn't it? I mean, Dion Prooster, eyes on the ball. He had one intention, but always dangerous when you come into those leagues.
Yeah, nice job by Andrew Wheeler there saying, you know what? I think we should be shooting, and he was correct. Third foul on the Saints. Off to the line he goes, a chance to cut this one down to a single-digit lead deficit if he gets them both in.
Well, he's been around a while.
For a bit of time.
Knows a few things about the game.
Clocked up 100 games with the Sharks this season. Congratulations to him. Has also done some playing coaching for the Sharks at times.
Yeah, last season. Here he is at the Chemist Warehouse. Second shot for Andrew Wheeler is good. He drags that margin back to 2. It's a tight battle. Scoring hard to come by. Thada PS to Prooster. Oh, that looked a little bit awkward. Now Thada PS again on that aggressive drive. Steps around Snow. Lovell!
Nice penetration by Thada Paese, creating the opportunity, but Lovell up above the rim on the finish, crashing the glass, extending the lead.
Came in mid-season, didn't he? He looks a really good addition to this Saints organisation, Corey Lovell, as Snow scores at the other end.
And Gold just gave up too deep of positioning there to Snow underneath as we take a look at Tarapaesi. Nice step through, and look at that finish by Lobo. Unlucky not to get the foul on the other end. Then Gold just caught in a bad place and then compounds the mistake with a little reach to send Snow to the line, who can't complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Got some really good young talent, have they? Caslow Evans Jr., of course, getting a start this afternoon. His first career start in the Sal's NBL with Ben Eyre out sick. But let's not forget about Troy Plumtree as well. He's a rising star.
Don't know if he's made the return trip from Turkey just yet. Whereas with the under-17s, who did so well in the World Cup.
Telfer on the drive, took contact. Ball spills to Gold, hands it off to Munier. Has Gold in the corner, spots him now.
Don't have a good shot, you should pull it back because there's 20 seconds left, and that's the issue. Though Sampan sees it though, that's going to stay with the Saints.
Came off Riley Snow in the end.
So just a lack of recognition of the shot clock there, and if you don't have a wide open look when there's under 20 to go, and that to me looks like it might have gone off the Saints level, but fortunately for the home crowd, it's staying with the home team.
Yeah, actually, I said Snow. It was Telfer coming through with the contest in the end, but I think you're right. Should be a Sharks ball. Goes with the Saints. Shot clock is the game clock right now. Down to 6, inside, Lovell.
Well, nice recognition there. Hassan Munier. The defender comes up off that on ball, and both defenders stayed with him. And he's able to penetrate with that pass and give Lovell the opportunity to finish.
He's a handful, this young man, Corey Lovell. Returned mid-season from the US.
Expect a player timeout off the back of this on the make or the miss.
And it is a miss unless Sam Gold gets it back. He had it, he lost it. Player timeout, have we got it? No. Did Riley Snow call it then? There's some confusion here. The Sharks are saying Riley Snow called the player timeout.
Well, nobody called, there was no whistle. Nobody heard the whistle. Is that bucket, the question is that bucket gonna count?
Well, this is interesting. Riley Snow clearly looking for an official to call a player timeout. He was looking everywhere.
Love to see a replay if he signaled it as well as vocalized it, because I didn't hear it vocalized very loudly. Take another look at it. Here's it should be a couple of seconds running off there.
Watch him look.
But he has to call it.
He's got to call it.
No one else can call it, and he's not calling it. He's not saying it. There's time on the clock there. I don't see him vocalizing it. Nobody else is allowed to call it. He did not make any call.
Yep, spot on.
This is a live basketball, if you ask me.
Score won't count. The basket definitely came after the clock had expired, so I think that's the right call. We saw that on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
I think the officials got this wrong. I don't think it was called by Snow.
Well, they are going to give the player timeout. So, interestingly, it is going to be awarded to the Sharks on a player timeout, is it?
Well, I think this is a... So they're saying, okay, so this is what's happening. They're saying no player timeout was called. I don't understand how it stays with the Saints.
Well, the Saints are going to get the ball here. I'm not sure how that can be. 17-15 is the score. There's still a little bit of confusion.
Just a bit of confusion going on here.
Saints are definitely going to get the ball, Case. I'm not sure how that can be possible, to be fair. But they're going to get possession, and the time on the clock is what we're waiting for. Although it may be a manual count we're hearing now. So interesting finish to the first half here this afternoon in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. It is going to be a manual count, we believe. Here we go, Saints possession. Hang on. Oh, what an afternoon. There's never a dull moment, Casey, ever.
Right here at the end, we're almost getting the player timeout rules down. Everybody's almost got locked in.
Well, the rules are spot on, and we've spoken about it. It has to be the player with the ball who calls it. He didn't call it. We know that. And in the end, the Saints have got possession. I don't know how they've got possession, but they have.
No whistles were called.
Just think, if we had gone to the halftime break, the third quarter would be starting now.
Yeah, we're going to stretch this one out just a wee bit longer than they hope to.
If you're cooking a Sunday roast, just turn the oven temperature down a little bit because it's going to be a long afternoon.
It's going to take a little bit more time.
Let's see what happens out of this. John Holt takes a seat. He's shaking his head. He can't believe it. I think we are going to get a manual count. So out of all of this, there's going to be a whistle in 2 seconds. Prooster to bring it in. Turnover, mid-court. Telfer won't count. Won't count. The manual count. Oh dear, we've seen it all. Look at Kai Malloy having a laugh. Oh, well, gee whiz.
All that said and done, 17-15, right where we started about 30 seconds ago.
Oh, halftime, Sky Broadband Rapid League. What's a round 16 clash without a bit of a giggle?
Well, it's a giggle for us, but the players on the court, they're the blood, sweat, and tears, and it means a lot to them. I understand the frustration, but we'll just get on with it into the second half. Let's take a look at the highlights in the meantime. The Sharks came out, started well underneath, right to Riley Snow. In response, the rookie on debut, Hassan Munier, driving to the cup. Ben Hall with the finishing ability, leading scorer for the Sharks, getting it done early. The three-point ball, the great equalizer for the Saints. This beautiful play at the end of the first quarter is when the Saints started to take control. And then excellent execution in that second quarter allowed them to extend the lead. Tata Paese's penetration creating some opportunities. Dion Brewster with the Saints' second triple from deep. A lot of Saints highlights here, but despite all the highlights for the Saints, the Sharks were able to come back late. This end one by Riley Snow. And after all is said and done, the Sharks down 2 at halftime with 8 minutes to go.
Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats to the half. Long opening half here today. The Saints shooting it pretty well. 58% from the field, 40% from 3. 7 of 9 from the Chemist Warehouse for the Sharks.
Interesting shooting for the Saints and for the Sharks. I mean, they got to be pretty fortunate to be shooting 36% and still be in this ball game. They have forced 6 turnovers to the Saints, but after having 0 turnovers in that first quarter, ended up with 3 in the second.
I mentioned cooking roasts on a Sunday. For those of us who don't cook roasts on a Sunday, we can head off to Sal's.
Let's roast up a pizza. Put that bad boy in the oven, get that pepperoni nice and crisp on top. No better deal than $30 for a large pepperoni. Use the QR code or the online code Sal's Basket if you're purchasing by the web.
As you know, my favorite, the pepperoni.
The pepperoni, good choice.
Yep.
The way you were sending out that love letter to the pineapple last week had me confused. I was not impressed, I'm still not impressed.
I noticed that when the love letter was screwed up and put in the bin later that night.
I'll tell you what though, my wife was quite surprised I expressed my actual feelings about a pineapple pizza live on air.
Bit of anger. We've settled you down during the week.
It's bubbling, it's always bubbling.
Third quarter underway. Ben Hall, nice little hand in there from Tata Paese.
Yeah, that's gonna go off Ben Hall. He touched it after Paese got the original. He tried to regain control over it, and you'll see it here. Little hand there, and then he touches it again just there. Saints ball.
Nothing in this game. Brewster needs someone to come up the floor.
This pressure by Kapia making it difficult for Tata Paese to get across the line.
And now the Saints settle. Just playing the 5 players in the Rapid League today. They've got some injury and illness in the camp. Munier on debut, deep off the back of the iron.
Sharks still not really pushing the pace against this Saints team. Remember, no subs for the Saints.
Carpia again, running into blue singlets.
And the Saints are really collapsing well nicely on these drives. Not giving the Sharks a lot of options. They're not too scared about the three-point shot right now, and with good reason. The Sharks 0 for 4 from deep, 4 for 11 overall. And starting the second half with 2 turnovers, not what the Sharks wanted to do.
Last Rapid League game for these 2 teams, of course, no finals in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. It's all about the NZNBL, the final 6. Tata Paese.
He uses his body really well to shield himself in the basketball from Riley Snow defensively, able to get that up and over the rim for 2.
Ben Hall, corner, Wheeler. Backs it out. Riley Snow steps in. Pass out to Ben Hall. That one's off target. Giants, of course, have won the inaugural Sky Broadband Rapid League championship, Casey, and there will be some awards up for grabs as well.
Wrapped it up. We've got an MVP and an All-Star 5 coming. Coaches will be voting that along with a selection of experts, yourself and myself included.
Looking forward to that. Look away pass. Prooster to Gold. Sends it back to the experienced Prooster. Short. Oh, they're going to get another look here. Thada Paese out to Gold. He's very good from this spot and gets the drop.
Softest rims in the league. Hits the front, the side, and the backboard and drops for Sam Gold, his second triple of the ball game.
And all of a sudden, the Saints are out by 7. A lot of contact there. No whistle. A lot of contact again.
Yeah, really defending physically on ball.
And this time, he's picked up. Third time, not a charm for him.
Can only put that hand in the cookie jar so many times before you get caught. And he gets caught on that third one. But a nice lead here for the Saints. 22-15, built off of that. Sam Gold triple, up to 8 points now.
Let's see if the Sharks can respond here. Been a tough quarter so far for them. Webster, undecided. Cole needs to fire away, and he does.
Desperately need a triple for the Sharks. They need a little bit of something going from the field. They've been excellent from the line, 7 for 9. But that's the majority of their points up until that triple fell.
Brings it back to 4.
Nice hustle to catch that.
Oh, look out. Sam Gold from the corner again. That one a little bit long. Saints get after it.
Level with the hustle. Creates the opportunity for Thada Paese, who drains it on the step back. Really covering some nice space with that move off the dribble.
He always looks dangerous, doesn't he, Tyson? Thada Paese. Active. Twitchy, as you like to say, Case.
Oh, steal. Mounier moving his body so nicely. Scott Telfer, feeling that he had that physical advantage, tries to get it. Look at that reach around. Look at the space that he covered. And Telfer feeling that maybe a little bit too much contact before the spin and the frustration foul coming the other way. And he calls for a sub. He's a little gassed right now.
Been a good battle between those two. You mentioned coming in, the word out of the Saints camp was Hassan Mounier was a real dog, and we've seen that. Hustling after everything.
It's just always awesome to see guys get that opportunity. You know, a full year of training, just coming training 4, 5, 6 times a week, coming to all the games, sitting in the background on the bright lights, not getting a chance to shine, and then here at the very last game of the year, suiting up and taking that opportunity with both hands and grabbing it.
It's a favorable tag, by the way, just for those wondering why.
Oh, dog is a good thing.
There's a foul, offensive foul. That's Lovell's second of the game. In fact, it might be against Thada Paese. It is.
Yeah, it's a little push off with the left arm there. I got to tell you, I think Andrew Wheeler's been in the weight room too much to have this little push there affect him that much, but he definitely had his momentum going in that direction, and that little forearm shiver sends him to the ground. Good whistle. Well called, and 7 points the deficit. The Sharks trying to make up that ground just a bit more before this quarter finishes.
If we had the affectionate term of being a dog in the Sky Sport commentary team, what sort of dog would you be and what sort of dog would I be, Case?
Well, you know I'm a big dog, so let's just call you a little dog. you'd be nipping at those ankles from what I can tell.
Come on, that's unfair. That's unfair. You calling me a Chihuahua?
You're not quite so barky. I wouldn't go with Chihuahua.
Gold. Oh, Lovell, what a play!
Well, really nice decision there by Sam Gold. Tough decision defensively for Connor Cole. Had no real option to stop that. And Lovell showing off that athleticism once again with a two-handed flush.
Early crowd in here for the Rapid League. They enjoyed that. Saints by 9, in and out. Snow gets 2 back.
Well, nice work on the offensive glass there. Just the first offensive rebounding game of the Sharks came at the right time. Sam Gold to Lovell. The big fella connection on the break. You go up, I go down.
Nice. They've teamed up a couple of times so far here this afternoon. Margin at 7 with a quarter to play in the Rapid League. NZNBL coming up next. Every game, of course, live right throughout the season on Sky Sport. Final 6, not too far away, Case. We know the 6 teams, of course.
Well, I'll tell you what, I did not see that mustache on Sam Gold from the sideline.
I don't think anyone did.
You gotta get the close-up to get that Ginger Ninja. As we see the stats, let's look at them. 27-20 the lead, 58% shooting for the Saints, 40% for the Sharks. Sharks, though, 7 for 9 from the stripe at 78%. The Saints just 1 for 5. Rebounds, the possession game in favor of the Saints, 11-7. Both teams doing a bit of a better job in the third quarter, not turning the ball over after those 2 initial turnovers by the Sharks. So 6 steals to the Saints, 3 steals to the Southland Sharks.
Of course, just one game to come in the Rapid League after this. The Airs and the Giants later this afternoon, 5:30 p.m. local time here in New Zealand from New Plymouth. Gee, they've been getting big crowds there all season as well, haven't they?
Well, they love their basketball. It's, unfortunately, that one's going to have to get re-inbounded. Lovell was not splitting the half-court line, and you have to split the half-court line on that initial entry pass of the quarter.
And, of course, the Airs hosting a play-in final on Wednesday night. Could be against the Giants, believe it or not. They could match up in a few days' time, and we believe it's the Airs' first ever home final in the NZNBL, ever.
That's what they're putting on social media as Mounier misses that post-up attempt, but sure to be a raucous crowd in Taranaki on the Wednesday to taste finals basketball for the first time.
Big block, Lovell. Brewster comes up with it. Look at the run of Thada Payese. He goes up hard, and he's, I think, Quake Webster in the end, just bodied in.
Well, how about the Saints squad? Just 5 players, but pushing the pace in transition. Lovell showing off that verticality skill, up for the block, initiating the break. Brewster with a kick ahead, and Thada Payese takes the contact, can't get the finish, but earns a chance for 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
First one ends up a bit short. There's the brains trust of the Saints, Jordan Mills and coach Zico Coronel.
A lot of decisions for the coaches this week with the awards coming up. Nominations coming in, trickling in over the week, and a few more nominations to come from the coaching staffs before the voting kicks off tomorrow.
Zico, of course, in the news during the week as well, not for the right reasons. Scotty Telfer scores at the basket.
Good penetration there, a little bit more aggressive for the Sharks. A little bit more pace to initiate that offense, and I think they need a bit more of that speed, especially here in the fourth quarter. This Saints squad might be getting a little bit fatigued, having played the 12 minutes up to this point without a sub.
Back to 5, no, stays at 6, the margin. Still a long way to go in this game, and we know how quickly the points can add up in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Rams, of course, have the record, 60 points in a game. Quite remarkable a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, for the Sharks, it was against them. Wheeler, Telfer for 3, that helps. Look out, we're back to 2.
Yeah, Scotty Telfer coming out explosive. First the drive, then the jumper, and forces the turnover. He's a problem on both ends, and he's getting the Sharks back in this ball game. The score is 28-25.
Just going to get that score fixed up for you now. Here's that last 3-pointer from Telfer. And the turnover. So all of a sudden, Sharks are right back in this game. What a feed, what a finish, Ben Hall.
Well, the score's just a bit off. It's 28-27 actually in the arena. Had a little bit of scoreboard trouble, but just a 1-point deficit between these two teams who already had that 1-point game earlier this year.
Game on, Brewster.
And there it is, 31. 31-27 after that triple by Brewster there.
Margin at 4. Hall for 3. Can't complete. Brewster settles it down. 31-27.
I like this. Slow it down. Nice little change of speed there. Gets Scott Telfer blown for the whistle.
And it is just so true of this competition. The moment we mention how quickly the score can build, we've seen it play out. Mounier has been good on debut. Lovell wanted it inside. Brewster now. He backs it out. Oh, he's going to go from downtown.
Didn't have a lot of driving lanes there. Shot clock running down. Did what he best he could, but empty possession for the Saints.
Telfa. Oh, that's well short.
He was feeling it. They've come out and still really played well in this quarter.
So margin at 4, 90 seconds to play. Sharks need to come up with a stop here. Saints score, you think, will get them home. Is it going to be Sam Gold? Not with that shot, it won't be. Lovell keeps it in.
Well,
shot clock at 3, yep, got to go. Bada Paese, and he can't convert either. Chance here for the Sharks case.
All about execution. I'd like to see something on the rim in this possession. Force a whistle to blow or get a great look.
Wheeler, Cole, Hall, tough shot from there. Doesn't go down. Lovell controls. Both teams still have their player timeout.
You need to slow this one down to the Saints. They need a great shot. They can use the entirety of this shot clock with this 4-point lead.
Prooster. He flares out. Wheeler with the hand.
No whistle there. I think Wheeler was Andrew Wheeler thought maybe a contact was going to be ruled illegal. It was not. Saints ball, 10 seconds on the clock. And you see a lot of hands on knees for the Saints right now. They're going to have to dig deep to finish this ball game off.
Only playing with the 5, of course. Moutier, shot clock at 7, turns the corner, puts it up, can't put it in, gets it back. That's handy for the Saints. They've got time here.
Huge offensive rebound. I like the decision by Bada Paese not to shoot the quick one.
Moutier now from the corner. He can't complete it, and a chance for the Sharks. Wheeler, oh, he's missed Cole by an absolute mile.
Yeah, just an unfortunate decision on that one. Cole a little bit further out than he needed to be to receive that pass. Fast break opportunity goes wanting. Sharks gonna have to foul.
And they do. It'll send Hassan Moutier, the 19-year-old, playing his first minutes of season 2024. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. 2 big shots here for the young man.
If he hits these 2, it'll make it very difficult for a Shark squad to come back that's only been able to hit 1 3-pointer up to this point in the day. Misses the first, leaving that door open.
He's 1 of 4 case. Second one doesn't go down either. Look at Lovell get after it.
Got a chance here. Might have wanted to use that player timeout instead. Clock is running. Need a quick one.
And they do. They go through Telfa. He can't finish it. Loose ball. Prooster picks it up.
Good foul by Hall. Trying to extend this game, but that should be all she wrote for the Sharks' chances at picking up a 4th victory in the Rapid League this year, as the Saints look to have secured this one up 4 with 6.2 seconds left.
Yeah, they started the season really well, the Sharks, but they've lost 16 of their last 17 in this competition. Prooster doesn't miss many of those opportunities. He's been good today, the stalwart, the 34-year-old. Second one is good. Just the opportunity for the young man, the young men in this Saints team to learn from Dion Prooster as well, Case.
A lot of veterans on this squad to learn from. Dion Prooster certainly does it the right way, an excellent consummate professional. A championship winner in the past with the Saints here. He's had some fantastic games and some big moments for the Saints over the years. It's a little bit different role now.
What is he, 4-time championship winner?
That's a great question. He was there for at least one of the ones I was involved with. But you know, when you get 13 of them, it's tough to keep track, man.
I think they got 12. You've given them an extra one
there. There you go. I can't even keep track of how many there are because they're chasing 13.
I was going to say, I'll tell you what, they are definitely in the hunt for championship number 13. All of that still to play out. Final 6 tips off next Wednesday night. Every game, of course, live on Sky Sport. Dying seconds here this afternoon. Saints on the way to victory in the Rapid League. Ben Hall with a late shot. That'll do us. So congratulations to the Saints. They get home by 6, and that means we're not too far away for the NZNBL this afternoon. Saints and the Sharks to come. Quick break, and we're going to be back here real soon.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. NZNBL 2024, rated E.
Kia ora, nā mai, hera mai, hello and welcome to Whanganui Atara, the home of the 12-time champs, the Wellington Saints, round 16 in the NZNBL. Great to have you with us. Old foes, old rivals, the Saints and the Sharks doing battle. Great crowd in attendance. The final six, not too far away. Hello and welcome. Justin Nelson with you. Casey Frank, 4-time Cells NBL champ, sitting right alongside me. Great to see you. Old rivals, old foes, going head to head yet again.
Old rivals, old foes, possibly a little difference in their goals this season. The Saints got that eye on the postseason, another banner up in the stands. The Sharks have righted the ship and would really like to go into the postseason with one more notch on the belt.
MixandPick.com poll, this is what you, the viewers, are telling us right now. Who's going to win this game? Just 18% going with the Sharks. But the Sharks are coming in, as you said, off some form, a 17-point win against the Jets on Friday night.
They've been playing their best basketball season down the stretch since Cooper Robb has joined the team, and a lot more balance in the lineup was having. For the first time in a wee while.
Let's have a look at how the Sharks will start today. And it is a settled lineup now, isn't it? Rob, Burton, Asprey, Inga and McRae. They got the job done over the Jets. Can they get it done this afternoon?
And a lot of that was due to this man, Caleb Asbury. Played his best basketball game of the season, 37 points, 10 of which came off dunks. He was living above the rim. That 15.7 points per game average is not indicative of his form as of late.
No, he's gone 25 plus in his last 3 outings, Caleb Asprey. An absolute highlight reel. Let's hope he brings it today. Let's go and have a chat now with Caleb Asbury.
Well, Caleb, the Sharks have been playing great basketball down the stretch, really have found better form as of late. What do you think the key has been to the Sharks playing so well?
I feel like our ball movement and not being so stagnant. I feel like the first half of the season we were very stagnant. We were lost as like just a team, a club. And I feel like now, even like more so like having Coop here, like it kind of helped like balance it more for me and for everyone else pretty much.
Looking in today's game, the Saints finals bound, yourselves not going to get there. Are you going to looking for any pride or trying to take in the Saints team and knock them off their perch a little bit before they get into the postseason?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're trying to show people like the second half Sharks is a way different ball team. I mean, a ball club than the first half. So, you know, we're going to come out and try to stop them from hitting a lot of threes. You know, that's what they like to do. So we're going to come in, play with some intensity, and just play Sharks basketball.
Such an exciting player, Caleb Asbury. Saints, this is how they'll line up this afternoon, and there are some big changes. No Ben Air. He's out with illness. He'll be laid up on the couch tuning into Sky Sport. We hope you get well very, very soon, Ben. There is a play-in final waiting for you. And Rangi Marier Dougal Meada, precautionary, I think, case, out with a knee injury.
Well, he's been out for most of the week. He did warm up before the game. Looks good, but still a few days away from being full strength. That means Caslo Evans Jr. gets his first start of the season alongside Isaiah Liafa, Terry Henderson Jr., your Hiram Harris, and Tohi Smith-Milner. Great to have Hiram back in the lineup. He's starting to find that form after missing quite a bit of time with injury.
Yeah, such an important player, isn't he? And you can just sense now he's starting to get his legs under him. And that is a big, big plus for the Saints headed towards the finals. He's a star, Hiram Harris. Here he is.
Well, Hiram, a bit of a sickness bout has gone through the Saints this week. You guys aren't quite at full strength. How does your team find its form coming into the finals without a full contingent of players?
I think we've been dealing with this the whole season, really. Like, we've had guys in and out all year. We've had, Lat miss a couple games early. I missed the majority of the season. Zay's been away. Benny's sick today, so it's kind of something we're used to. It's not something we should get used to, but we're used to it. So I think it'll be a good challenge for us to just see how we can continue on getting better at that.
And not just the team trying to find form, yourself after missing some time with injury, back in the lineup, looks like you're back at full strength. What's most important for you to find that form coming into finals time?
I think the biggest thing for me is just getting my legs back under me. I think you can't really replicate game fitness. You can only do that by playing games, and obviously with injuries you kind of have to take your time with getting back into things. So I'm still trying to get my legs under me, but we have a good group of guys that can all play, so they do a good job of just letting me do my thing and playing around me.
Well, a fit and healthy Hiram Harris, Casey, is an ominous sign and warning to the rest of the competition. Here's the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head.
You see that last game was a bit of a blowout last time around, but the form of late, very similar, 2 out of 3. The Saints, of course, leading scorer in the competition, coming in the Sharks the worst, but they did drop 117 this week. The key battle is Isaiah Liafa against Asbury. If Isaiah Liafa can hold Asbury well beneath that form of late, this should be the Saints going home in style.
So they are fierce rivals, of course, these two teams, the Saints and the Sharks. Our coin officials today, Matthew Bathurst, Sasha Nicholson, and Sam Pan. Full house rolling in, as you would expect for the Saints. Huge crowds all season long. Darnay Samuel to come off the bench today. That's their last 3, the Phi, the Nuggets, and the Rams. And they've lost heavily to the Rams twice.
Yeah, because I think that Rams team is just sort of their kryptonite. It is going to be difficult for them if they have to play them, but they won't have to play them until at least the final if they get through. Their form of basketball does match up very well against the Tuatara, but of course they're going to have to get there first. And if they do get the Bulls, this could be a tough one because the Bulls got a pretty big win on this court not too long ago.
Yeah, they did in overtime, an absolute thriller, wasn't it? Sharks have been in a little bit of form as well. Took down the Jets, lost to the Rams, but hey, everybody barred the Bulls on Thursday night has been losing to the Rams. And of course, a win against the Jets just 48 hours ago. And they've got nothing to lose, Casey. I think that's the big thing. They can come here to the capital and take a free swing.
Always fun to play when you can be a little bit loose, when you can just go out there with a little bit of form and have some fun. And that's what they've been doing. When you compare the mood of this team at the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, to what they look like now, it is night and day, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's all Mr. Hyde now because Dr. Jekyll is gone in the past.
That's who the viewers are going with this afternoon. You can still have your say. QR code right there, fun and free. Get involved and have some fun. MVP poll will come up a little bit later on today as well. Some player news out of the Airs and the Giants later today. Mitch McCarron for the Airs and Kobe Langley for the Giants, both questionable.
Yeah, that's going to certainly affect things, but I think when you're getting ready to possibly play a team again in a few days' time, you're going to keep those cards all way up your sleeve. Neither team wants to put that form in jeopardy to get the win at the end of the season.
And just to paint the picture for you, if the Saints win here today and the Airs lose later this afternoon, the Saints will jump to 3rd.
And if both teams win, the Saints can still jump to 3rd, but they have to make up 61 points to get to that level. Now, they didn't quite get that far in the Rapid League, just gained 6 points there, so they still have 55 points to make up, and that's in a combination between the games for the Taranaki Airs, so they would have to lose, and the Saints would have to win this game by a combined 55.
So just to repeat, that's the way the final six looks right now. As we sit here, they will be the matchups, the play-ins, New Plymouth on Wednesday night, and here in Wellington on Friday night. So much still to play out, and terrific that we are headed back to home finals in the NZNBL. Not far away from a start here. And there's a little bit of championship royalty in the house here this afternoon as well, Case.
Well, it's a little impromptu trip for one. Mr. Eric Devendorf, he of the top 40 Souths 40 and 40 a few years ago, has made a return trip. He's doing some clinics around the country. There he is, Eric Devendorf, my former teammate, Lindsay Tate as well, my championship teammates in 2010. They're going to be honored at halftime. I might give a little wave from over here in the commentary booth.
Two-time scoring champion of the NBL.
I'll tell you what, that jumper was wet. That jumper was wet.
Underway here today. Hope you're enjoying it. Going to be a big one between the Saints and the Sharks. It'll be the visitors with the opening opportunity here as they go inside to big Callum McRae. He's going to keep possession here with 4.5 on the shot clock.
Like what the Sharks did there, they hunted McRae because he had the mismatch with Hiram Harris off the jump ball. Tohi Smith-Milner, a large man, doesn't look large standing next to Cal McRae as we see the ball get thrown off the foot of Henderson Jr.
28 points, 14 rebounds against the Jets on Friday night. Opening shot here is a miss. Hiram Harris comes up with it, leaning in. Inga with the foul.
You already see what the Saints are off to do. They are pushing the pace. They're going to get up and down in transition. They know this Sharks team was tested on Friday night. A lot of minutes, a lot of miles under those legs. The Saints are going to look to take advantage. And when it comes down to it, they want the lead, but they want to run up the score as well.
Yeah, they want to win by as much as they possibly can to put pressure back on the Airs. A miss for Harris. Rob Asbury straight away attacking. The pass was slick, but a little bit too hot for McRae.
Just a bit too much mustard on that hot dog. The spicy catch couldn't get grabbed in. Perfect thought, nice jet penetration. Good pass, unfortunately, just a little bit too much speed.
As we mentioned in pre-game, first ever start for Caslow Evans Jr. this afternoon. No Ben Air. Liafa. Terrific to have him back. Here's Henderson Jr., one of the best sweet shots in the competition. He's fouled and he's off to the Chemist Warehouse for three.
Well, you understand why Alonzo Burton is guarding him so closely, but you have to be aware of the way that man, Terry Henderson, shoots the basketball, but cannot foul him in those opportunities. You do not want to start getting yourself in foul trouble and put this Saints team to the line earlier than you need to. Yeah,
they get to the Chemist Warehouse stripe more than any other team in the competition, 24.5 times a game. This man's 87% from the stripe, and he's 48% from deep.
It is such a smooth stroke. I mean, it is technically pure. Every time it leaves his fingertips, you think it's going to drop. As he misses a free throw.
Not going to see that too often. Another big audience here in the capital. Saints do a great job with the fans. Second one is down, or third one I should say. A couple for him, and the Saints lead by 2. McRae, Asbury with a lot of space. Given the game he's just come off, the Saints need to be aware of that.
Look, you want to probably give up the jumper and take away the penetration, but early he gets that first look, so they might have to change that around.
Smith-Milner, speaking of threes, that one off to the right.
Asbury does a nice job there of coming in and faking that, coming the jumper, making that just a more difficult shot than it needed to be for Tohi Smith-Milner.
Rob to Inga. McRae, the big fella, getting the jukes up. Rebound for him. Muscling his way through on the reverse.
Just such a talented player. His first rebound of the day. Now he is just 3 short of becoming the Sharks' all-time leader for a single season in that category.
Well, in fact, they've got him down for 3 rebounds.
Oh, sorry, just 1 short then.
So he's 1 short. Another rebound. Oh, look at Henderson Jr. There's that shot. 1 more rebound for Kel McRae, and it is a season record for the Sharks, overtaking Alex Pledger.
Kel McRae have a nice little chat with Henderson Jr. about that jumper on the way back. Speaking of, Asbury, smooth, coming off. He is just a vastly different player than he looked the first few games of the season. Playing off the ball has done wonders for his form.
5 in the game for him already. So too Henderson Jr. pulls up the dribble. Evans Jr., that one's deep.
That's a tough first look for him, wide open. Probably had a bit too much time to think about it. The young fella getting his first start of the season.
Cooper Robb, Asbury. Oh, heat check for Asbury.
He is in some form, baby. Who is this man, and where did you put that guy in the early season? What a start. 8 points on 3 for 3 shooting.
And answering, Smith-Milner.
Yeah, that's deep. Braden Inger's trying to get out there in transition. Not his man. McRae's got the assignment, but Tohi Smith-Milner has such range. It's going to have a collective effort to slow him down.
Asbury's got 8. Henderson Jr. tracking him everywhere right now. A little bit of a hand in there from Smith-Milner.
And not the way Tohi Smith-Milner wants to use up his fouls. Away from the basket, 19 feet. McRae not really a threat out there. Got to save it for when that physicality comes to visit him in the low post.
I'm telling you now, next contract opportunity for Caleb Asbury. It's getting hotter all the time. Harris with the steal.
His film has gotten decidedly better this week.
Smith-Milner on the move now.
And that's what makes him so difficult for McRae to cover. He has to be out that far, but he's quick enough to put it on the deck and create some space, cover some ground on his way to the drive, as we saw with the left-hand finish there.
Tied up, here he is, Mr. Danger.
What is on fire? 10 points already. 4 for 4 from the field. He is killing it. 10 of the 12 for the Sharks early.
37 against the Jets, 10 already against the Saints. Harris battling, Robb in front of him. Oh, I think that's come off Cooper Robb, it has.
Well, just a good effort there by Hiram Harris, making that collection of the rebound difficult. And then you never know what's going to happen when you're a pest around the basketball. Cooper Robb normally excellent with the ball in hand. Doesn't get the first one, he just dribbles off his leg right there.
Oh, he did too. I thought he was just trying to roll it out to Alonzo Burton. Turnover for the Sharks. Oh, here he is, Smith-Milner. He also is feeling it. A little bit too deep. Robb, Burton. Here's the skipper, up and in, no misses. McRae to go back to it, and he does.
Well, good penetration. Zoe Burton does not settle for the jump shot. Instead, finds some activity down low. Jose Liafa goes deep in the bag and puts Connor Robb on the floor, Cooper Robb on the floor.
And congrats to Cal McRae with that last offensive rebound. Single season record for the Sharks. Sorry, Alex Pledger. Held it for a long time.
Well, his jersey's in the rafters, so he'll be okay.
There he is, yet again, McRae busy downstairs.
How good is this Sharks team right now? I mean, they are playing really well on the offensive end. This level of execution is something they just weren't capable of in the first half of the season. And remember, they only have 2 imports.
Liafa, Robb running with him. Smith-Milner. Evans Jr. keeps it alive, does he? Yes, he does, Liafa. Back to the young man. Caslow Evans Jr.
Well, the hustle is rewarded. He saves possession and then saves the possession on that one with the bucket at the finish.
Great contest early. This man's been involved in all of it. Asbury doubled. Corner, Inga, inside, McRae. Feeds it back out, Inga for 3. That one away to the left. Oh, there's contact underneath here.
That's going to be a foul on Caslow Evans Jr. or Cooper Robb. Cooper Robb.
Let's have a look at this again. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Watch underneath here. Oh, there's the push.
It's the push, and then Caslow Evans Jr. comes back. Good effort there by Robb on the glass, but that first initial contact as Evans Jr. goes to the bench. Some good minutes there. Got a foul on this opposition starting point guard. Got a bucket as well. And despite this fast start by the Sharks, the Saints still in the lead. And now they've probably brought in a stronger lineup with Malik Ben-Levy and Donnie Samuels on the court.
Yep, they've just made 3 changes. McRae with the block. Henderson, Jr. and Burton battling for it. The latter wins it. Sharks up by 2. Asbury over Gold to 3. Gee, it wasn't far away.
Good defense by Sam Gold there. Really closed the space very tightly without fouling.
And now Liafa turns on the Jets. Hard pass, Ben Levy. Did well. On the turnaround, Henderson Jr.
Oh, that's pure. He tells the bench coming back that he cannot guard me. Into the tie ball game now, 16 apiece.
16-16. Asbury goes fishing. Short on the iron, Ben Levy with the rebound. All tied up at 16 apiece here in Wellington this afternoon. Liafa, always dangerous, flicks it off. Samuel using his body too much in the end. Good hand, Burton.
Donnie Samuel, good effort, but a better hand by Burton. Puts the ball the other direction.
3 to play in the opening quarter. It's been fun. Cooper Robb.
This pace by the Saints, I think, important. They have to keep up with it.
Liafa. Gee, if he gets going, this crowd will go wild.
Early in this one, this is looking like one of those games where the Saints kind of fall in love with the tray ball. I think they've got a better chance of attacking the rim. If the Sharks don't start falling, the Sharks are going to stay in this one for longer than the Saints would like.
Shot clock at 10. McRae doubled. Inga alone in the corner. Fires. Samuel, rebound. Henderson Jr. He's got no one running with him. He'll go it alone on Burton. Body to body. Flicks it off. Ends up with goal. No, it doesn't. Asbury up and in.
Well, he's just been so active in passing lanes over the last few weeks. What a start for him, up to 12 points already. And an 18-16 lead to the Sharks here with 2 minutes to go in the first.
He's had a number of steals against the Jets as well. Look out, Liafa.
And that changes the game. If they start hitting those type of shots, the Sharks have to change their defensive strategy as the Southland Sharks call a timeout to discuss things. Down 1 point with a couple minutes to go.
Well, Liafa, big 3, timeout, and he is a man to watch this afternoon. Let's go and have a chat with him. Isaiah Liafa.
Well, Zay, coming back off a Tall Blacks tour, the form's got to be sharp, iron, sharpening iron. Disappointing this experience with not getting the wins, but you must be in great form coming off that camp in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it's always going to be a difficult situation, like, you know, leaving the team and having that 3-week break, but every team was in that same situation, so kind of account for that. And obviously the boys were holding it down while I was gone, and you know, they were doing amazing things, and I think just carrying over from there was a great experience, getting over there and obviously playing some, you know, best players in the world, and being able to bring that experience back here. Looking forward to it.
On another note, the 2010 championship team for the Saints being honored today. You didn't play on that one, a little young, but your dad did. I was just wondering if you have any memories coming to those games, seeing that, growing up as a Saints fan, and, you know, obviously now playing for the team and chasing championships of your own.
Yeah, obviously being, you know, born and raised in Wellington, it was always, you know, home team and, you know, hero team for me. And just going back to then, it was just coming to the practices, obviously being a little kid, but just running around. Anytime you guys had a break, I was able to kind of shoot around and just muck around in a way. But I think that exposure and the experience kind of helped me to, you know, where I am today.
Nice to hear from Isaiah Liafa. Asbury converts 1 of 2 from the Chemist Warehouse, all tied up.
And I do remember him coming to trainings. I mean, it wasn't too many years later that he was actually a Tall Black. You know, he debuted. He was playing at 15 for the Saints. He was on the wider roster. I think it was 16 years old. He made his Tall Blacks debut on a tour when we were a bit under strength for Olympic qualifying. But fantastic to see where his career's gone. And it started on this court right here.
Right idea for Evans Jr. Liafa does a bit of everything as well. Here's his season stats, Casey. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2.5 steals, just a tick under 5 triples per game at 41%.
Where's the steals at? Because he is a dog defensively as well.
2.5.
I mean, on-ball defenders, there are very few that are his equal, and not many you could say are better.
He's had a big season. Here's Rob. A lot of hustle there from Evans Jr. Rob answers, though.
He does really nicely to do that without fouling, although Cooper Robb thinks there might have been more contact than was legally allowed.
Sharks retake the lead. Harris turns it over. Good hand in there from Riley Snow. Ends up with ball. Oh, too slick. Too low. Back for Snow.
Well, he's just got to know who he's passing the ball to there. Riley Snow, that low pass on the run is going to be a difficult one to handle. And on that weak side, I see Guy Malloy telling him right now, you've got Caleb Asbury who's 5 for 7 from the field and has already hit 2 triples. Be aware of who's coming with you so we can get the highest percentage look we can get.
Some early minutes here this afternoon for Riley Snow. Liapa looked like a travel in there. Doesn't matter, drains the triple.
Yeah, that's the beautiful footwork on the step back after he got the ball on the floor. Creates so much space with that initial dribble, and when he's stepping back off of it, really difficult for defenders to close that gap. And I think we've got a substitution here. There it is.
Yeah, Carpia coming in for Rob. We said Liapa averages 4.8 threes per game. He's got a couple now. Keep an eye on him. He can score and score quickly. He's a weapon. 25 seconds to play in this opening quarter. It's been a real contest. One in it. Asbury just gone a little bit cold with his last few shots, but I like the looks. And now the Sharks with the last look of the quarter. And there's a whistle. That'll be against Telfer.
Oh, Hiram Harris just chucked the ball at Scott Telfer there. I don't think any of the officials saw it, so he got away with one there, but here's the foul. And then if we stick with it, if we could stick with it for a second, look at this little chuck.
5.4 to play. And what a technical foul as well.
That's the tee on Hiram Harris for throwing the ball, which I think well caught by the officials. They didn't see it earlier, but and they see this little throw, chucks it at him, hits the leg. And it looks like official Sasha Nicholson was right on top of that one. She discussed it with her crew first before she makes the whistle. I like that. Take the time, make sure what she thought she saw, she actually saw. Asbury gets another point, and the thorn in the side of the Saints strikes again.
14 points in this opening quarter for Caleb Asbury, coming in off a 37-piece 48 hours ago. He is in red-hot form. 5.4, tied up. Great opening quarter between these fierce rivals. Look out, downtown Liapa. No, Harris underneath. He adds 2 on the buzzer. And that is the margin at quarter time. Rated E for entertainment, and there's been plenty of it. Caleb Asbury has been right amongst it. 14 points in the opening quarter. Here he is with Case.
Well, Caleb, off to a fantastic start for the Sharks. What has been going right for you guys offensively?
Just staying aggressive and not, settling too much. We're getting to the rim, we're getting good looks, getting touches to our big, and, they're trapping, so we're cutting and finding layups.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second quarter. Great start for Asbury as well. We'll be back after this with the Saints leading 24-22.
Noah Hockeymeyer, welcome back. Sunday afternoon hoops in the NZNBL from the capital. As you would expect from these two fierce rivals, it's a close one. 2 points in it. Let's head straight down to the sidelines. Coach of the Southland Sharks, Guy Malloy, good enough to join us. And Guy Malloy, what has Caleb Asbury been drinking these last few weeks? Wow.
He's a real confidence kid. When we had him out here initially, he had to play the point, which is not a natural role. He's back in the 2. He's got a good point guard near him, so it's kind of freed him up.
Offensively, the Saints finding some form from deep. You know that's what they want to do. They're 4 for 10 in the first quarter. Are you happy with the pressure you're putting off there beyond the line, or you want to take some more of those looks away?
Well, sometimes we got to commit to rotation. So Torhi is a tough cover for Callum Wright. So it's that pick and popping 5, which is difficult to play. So we've got to be good to stunt or get full-on rotations going and contest.
Guy, I just want to stay with you for a third question. Cal McRae, what a season he's had. He set a season record for the Sharks this afternoon with rebounds. Just tell us a little bit about Cal McRae.
Yeah, I can't say enough about him. His work rate, his ability to come in every day and try and get better has been great. We play so much better when the ball's going through his hands.
We'll let you get back to work. Thanks.
Couldn't help yourself, Justin. Yes, one more question,
I know.
then things go sour for the Sharks. As we see the foul on Dane Samuel there. Nice drive, that transition opportunity. Cooper Robb hit the deck, and the Saints had a 5-on-4 advantage in transition. And Dane Samuel able to get the hoop, the harm, and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Happens to us every week, doesn't it?
We almost got out clean. We were that close to getting out clean.
Margin at 5. All of your favourite merch. Thanks to New Balance and Belgravia apparel QR code there. Get shopping. Grab your favourite colours and your favourite threads. Asbury, pull up, deep 2. 14 in the game for him so far today.
Asbury's called for a sub. He might be a little blown. You can tell because he's settling for that shot before he was attacking the rim. Evans Jr., big minutes for him today with no Ben Air. Asbury up high, rebound. Has McRae going down through the middle. Sends it to the corner. Telfa. Here's Samuel. Oh, Henderson Jr. with a little bit of space there. Can't give him that much space, Case.
I mean, there's a lot of shooters out there, but there's one guy who does not want to have open looks on the Sharks, and it's that man. Might have the purest stroke on the court.
Telfa to Hall. He's been a leading player in the Sky Broadband Rapid League this season, Ben Hall. Asbury, long look at it. Another 3 for Asbury, 17 in the game and way too much space.
I mean, he's just brilliant from deep right now. I mean, I personally would give up those threes, but he's really making them pay for it right now.
Harrison to Samuel, timeout, 7:46 to play.
And I know Caleb Asbury asked for a sub, but he's got 17. I might be telling him you're staying in the game. And here we see a beautiful post up, nice pass in. That little step where he's got both sides of the rim to choose for made it difficult for McRae to choose which way to stop.
Sharks have been good this afternoon. They're having a free swing at the Saints. Guy Malloy, here he is with his charges.
Pressure defensively. There's nothing stopping the movement of the ball for them, and clear looks inside. Right? On your closeout, you have to come and nail it right through their chest. Hands are up. I don't want the pass to move. You're right there on the shot. Win that first dribble. Move your feet. Come on, lock into your job defensively. Now on the O. Hey, Caleb. On the O now, we don't want to settle. We've got a couple of things against the ice. Push it into the middle of the floor. Now, Caleb, when you come off and float, I want you to hit dribble with the pass, boomerang it back, and you get a live dribble. You understand? Braids, you got the flair on zone.
I think the Sharks would love nothing better here this afternoon than to topple the Saints. Of course, Guy Malloy, a former coach of the Wellington Saints.
And wasn't the best of terms that pairing finished on. Of course, he was dismissed partway through the season. Troy McLean took over for the remainder. He coached last year as well before Zico Coronel came back and he moved back to the assistant. So Guy, if you asked him, would say all the right things in the world. But I tell you what, You want to know who you want to meet most in this world? The teams that have fired you. I know, I used to get fired a lot.
Speaking of getting fired, I think Guy Malloy fired you one year, didn't he?
Yeah, actually he did. he does like to bring it up that had he not, my life would not be what it is today, which he's probably right.
He does. He talks about that a bit. Cal McRae adds another 2, and he's up to 8 now to go with 5 rebounds.
Well, they're milking their 2 top guns right now. McRae and Asbury combining for 25 of the 30. Also have 7 rebounds between them and 4 assists.
Harris to Liafa. A couple of triples today for Liafa. Oh, Rob nearly got a hand on that. Harris, too good in the end.
Heads up play for Cooper Rob there, and the ball's wet, so they're going to wipe it off and redo that one. And he just got caught in that switch. Nice job by Harris to keep him behind. But watch Rob here, almost gets the gamble, nearly times it perfectly. But Harris, just enough physicality to keep him on his back, get the finish, and keep the Saints with a narrow 3-point lead.
Such an important player to this Saints team, Hiram Harris. Has been battling a knee injury for most of the season, but moving well here today and getting his game fitness.
Wesbury's got to like this matchup. Turn off the Jets.
He just sends everyone away. Asbury sends it to Inga, down low. McRae, foul there, Harris. And probably just a nice professional foul in the end.
Well, I think he's not even sure that he's trying to foul him. I think the one hand is on the ball, but the left hand is on the back. And you can see it here. Look at that left hand grabbing. That's where the foul is. It's not the ball. It's the activity he's doing on the backside. So he's just trying to work out that angle. Instead, he will head to the bench with his 2nd personal foul.
He's the only Saint with 2 fouls. Telfer has 2 for the Sharks as well. They're right in this game, the Sharks. Guy Malloy would be happy with what he's seen so far. Asbury, game-high leader with 17 points. Shot clock down to 6. It's in the right set of hands. Asbury, corner, Inga has to come up with something special. Doesn't. Oh, underneath, Burton.
And the missed box out pains the Saints on this one. Great defense for 24 seconds. But on this miss, look at Henderson all over. They're making that tough one. But then here comes Zoe Burton. There's the foul by Evans from behind. 2 shots at the line for Zoe Burton, who is a dead-eye free-throw shooter.
Yeah, he is 77% on the season.
Wait, he's only 77%?
Yeah, he's usually a bit higher than that, isn't he?
That is very surprising. I do not give people in the 70s dead eye. I will rescind my dead eye call on his shooting ability from the line right now. You better get that up over 80.
You know what else happens every time when we start talking about
it's all, I don't blame the announcers. They can't hear us. They don't know what's going on.
Burton splits. Liafa, Smith-Milner.
Liafa does such a nice job of baiting McRae into helping there. He held it until the last possible moment before dropping it off for the Smith-Milner finish.
Oh, McRae to Asbury.
That is just beautifully delivered. He picks up his 3rd assist of the game on that one, and Asbury up to 19 points on 7 for 11 from the field.
Just incredible. What an afternoon for Caleb Asbury. Smith-Milner is fouled by Inga.
Yeah, got that one. A little bit of a late whistle, but the right call. And going back to Asbury on his way to a high score of the season, coming off that 37 a couple nights ago. So there's a beautiful little lob there, but I was a little disappointed Coach Guy Malloy didn't leave him in the game against the Jets to chase a 40-piece. Well, he is right on line for that 40-piece today.
Saints lead it by 2. Haven't had it all their own way, though. Let's sneak in and have a listen to Zico Coronel.
Phil spoke about, right? Identify these goals that we want to be about. We don't fucking do it. Right? We make adjustments. We don't fucking do it.
Well, very good afternoon to Zico Coronel as well.
Well, I think he's trying to get him to do something.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate getting into the office. And I will say, that is much tamer than most of the coaches yelled at me.
I'll tell you what we can talk about. And we can talk about it very, very nicely. The large pepperoni pizza, that's this week's special with thanks to Sal's. There's the QR code. You know the drill by now, available till next Tuesday. $30, and it is, I've got to tell you from experience, and you've had a little bit more experience than me when it comes to pizzas, but that is a big, big pizza.
It's the correct size for a pizza. That is a New York slice. It's not a real pizza if you can't fold it in half and get the full experience of getting a slice on a New York street, and Sal certainly gives you that.
Midway through the second quarter here. Now, apologies to all of our young viewers, by the way. Bit of fruity language.
Apologies to everybody. Never want to hear that in the Sunday afternoon watching at home, unless you do. I mean, I kind of like getting in the huddle. I wouldn't mind like a maybe like
don't go there.
No, well, like if we could do another feed, like an alternative commentary that is rated M, where we can just go into the huddles and hear everything every single time, so you actually get what it's like to be on a bench.
Oh, I'm not sure you want that.
You could be like when I was on the bench and coach's spittle is coming at me as they're cussing us out for missing plays here or there. Not as fun as it sounds, and it doesn't sound very fun.
No, it doesn't. Zico in a little bit of hot water during the week as well. I saw that news.
Yeah, unfortunately, got hit for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Copped a fine. Back underway. There's Big Cal. Double. Good work. Henderson Jr. ties him up.
Good read by Terry Henderson Jr. there. He read that perfectly, but isn't able to snatch it cleanly. Does enough to leave 1.8 seconds on the shot clock after that jump ball with Smith-Milner.
Got to do something special here. And there's a whistle off the ball. I think Smith-Milner.
That's Terry
Henderson Jr.
Yeah, Caleb Asbury's trying to go through. I mean, initially, Henderson Jr. is just holding his ground, but that is a tough foul with 1.8 left. Asbury just works his way through and works the whistle.
And of course, a new 14-second shot clock as a result. So Sharks with some time. Asbury doubled. What a pass to Burton. Can't complete. Does get it back. They go again.
We just heard Coach Zico Cornell talk about the little things, boxing out. We've been making the little plays. Another mixed box out. That's the 5th offensive rebound for the Sharks, and that is the 4th personal foul on the Saints in the quarter.
So the Sharks are going to get some time at the Chemist Warehouse over the next 5 minutes.
Smith-Milner with 2 now. Hiram Harris with 2 as well.
And they're just struggling to contain the Sharks right now. Rob Asbury coming down low there. Covered by Henderson Jr. What can Rob do? Has McRae to run around. Fires the 3. Liafa rebound. Saints to steady. Through hands. Oh, in fact, straight into the hands of Rob.
That was quick reactions.
Has Inga wide. Oh, goes alone and comes up short.
Yeah, he thought some contact was going to go his way and probably thought there was enough contact to deserve a whistle.
Liafa on Rob. Foul is called on Cooper Rob.
Rob's a bit frustrated now. He's just picked up his 2nd personal foul. Feels hard done on by on one end and then just caught in poor position trying to get back into the play on the other. Sending Liafa to the line. Is there? Yeah, I like the no call. I don't think that's a foul. Looking at it that way. They're coming this way, just wrong place, wrong time, trying to get back into play. And Liafa misses the first free throw.
Second one bobbles around and drops down. And that margin at 5 now. Crowd just on the edge of their seat here.
It's one of those games.
Yep.
One of those games for the Saints. They're not able to create any. You can tell how much Ben Ayer not being in the lineup has affected them right now.
They have lost a few here this season. Asbury up and over. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Well, Asbury's trying to say that he was inside the charge circle.
I'm not sure about that.
Coach referee Sam Pan says not.
Well, we have the beauty of the replay.
Well, it looks like he's out.
Just outside. Here's a better shot of it. There's the feet. Good call.
Wow, that's just tremendous defense by Isaiah Liafa. Outside of being outside the charge circle, it did look like he was sliding over after Asbury took off. So you can understand the frustration of Malloy, and there's an offensive foul on Henderson Jr.
Yeah, and the right call as well. Or is it going on Asbury? Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, need to see that again. Looked like Henderson Jr. clearly pushed him away. Timeout called here by the Sharks. Here we go. Watch this.
Well, I mean, that should be a no call.
Well, from that angle,
you can't see the extension from that angle that we saw from our angle here on the baseline. But this is going to be a tough game for the refs. These are two teams that are very engaged in this one right now and very vocal about what's going on.
well, I think what we can say is a tough call on Caleb Asbury. Guy Malloy has called his team to the sidelines for a chat. They're down by 5. Here's the Sharks coach, Guy Malloy.
All right, Betty, bring out Caleb here. All right. Hey, just keep our poise, right? We've got to go back to defensively what we want to get done. Let's work really hard at the point of the rebound. Jam hard, keep the ball in front and D-trans, right? Talk on our pick and roll defense really early. And I want to get our hands up every time. Now, next play, we come back on a gun one. Gun one, you got it? So make sure we get to here. You can slip out early on that. Once the ball goes inside, if you don't have a play, let's really cut off the ball. Those shots present to you on the weak side, boys. Have confidence, knock them down. Here we go, come on. Dig in here.
A little bit of foul trouble for the Sharks at the moment, and Asbury's right in amongst that, and that's a bit of a dangerous sign, Case.
Yeah, his third personal foul picked up there, and that is going to be devastating to the Sharks because he has been the majority of this offense. 19 of the 33 points have come from his hand on 7 for 11 shooting with 2 assists to go along with it. So you can see the disappointment in him on the bench. He is in the midst of a blinder, but he will be sitting for the remainder of the half. Is that a technical foul as well?
I think it's the 5th on the Sharks.
No.
On Asbury. Oh no, you're right. Must be a technical in there as well. So Liafa converts.
So there's the technical foul, and now we have the free throws. Not sure who that technical was called on.
Need to check that out. There's Asbury with 3 fouls.
Oh, sorry, Asbury with the technical foul. He's picked up his 4th.
Oh, he has 2.
So the technical foul on Asbury on top. Oh my, oh man, I'm pretty disappointed in that.
And I've got to say, the foul that was originally called on him was really unlucky.
I didn't hear what was said. I don't know what language he used. It didn't seem overly emotional.
Here's the other
and
angle.
He hasn't been the type of player this year. Like to me, that's a no call. And the foul gets called on Asbury. What he said, I never saw the technical actually get whistled. Well, you can see what he says there, but that's not too unofficial.
Well, what a blow.
It's unfortunate.
What a blow.
It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
19 points in the game for Caleb Asbury. He's benched now on 4 fouls. And just incredibly unfortunate for him. And the Sharks are going to have to shuffle the deck chairs as a result. 3:52 left to play in this opening half. Guy Malloy is going to have to go to his notes and move things around a little bit.
Well, this certainly changes the complexion of the game for the Saints. Not just the fouls on Asbury, but 3 points on this possession that could have been going the other way. So instead of being down just 4 points, they're now down 8 with possession and the best player on the day on the bench.
What a telling moment in this game. Burton. Can he get something up and going for the Sharks here?
Sorry, it looks like that technical's been taken off Asbury. He's down to 3 fouls on our stats. We'll have to clean this up in a little bit, but we'll try and figure it out at halftime.
We'll keep you updated. Hopefully it has gone down by 1. Gold misses the 3. Need to see Asbury out on the court as much as possible this afternoon. Burton now doubled. Inga with some space for 3.
That would be big for this Shark squad. Somebody else has to step up, and Braden Inga, certainly at his best, has the ability to be that man for the Sharks.
First points of the afternoon for Braden Inga. Here's Henderson Jr. in the corner. Samuel fakes the handoff. Now he goes alone on McRae. Rolls in and out. Inga up with it. Round the back was nice to control it. Rob sends Ben Hall through. Two-man game. Cal McRae receives now. Not his shot from there. Turns it over. Well picked off by Sam Gold.
Well, he read that like a cheap novel at the airport. Took that one down in one short plane flight.
Cheap novel at the airport. Everything's 3 times the price at the airport, Case.
Well, you got still the cheapest one is still the cheapest one.
Ah, Henderson Jr.
Oh, Rob picks up his third personal foul. He's disappointed because he feels like he contested that straight up. Here's the turnover. Nice job by Malik Ben-Levy. I don't see how that's a foul at all.
Dear, oh dear. Gotta say. No, I won't say it. Anyway, Henderson Jr. is at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Margin at 5. Asbury's coming back out, so he is on 3. That has been corrected.
Well, that could be a game-saving correction. Not sure exactly who got the tee now. We'll look back through the play-by-play, see if we can't figure it out.
I wonder if Guy Malloy on Asbury's third had said he's called
Checked
a timeout. Yep.
And he subbed him out.
And that tech has gone on the bench. That might be the result. Very, very clever if that's the case. Henderson Jr. converts from the stripe. He's up to 12 in the game now. 5 of 6 from the Chemist Warehouse. Make it 6 of 7.
Yeah,
13 for him.
Update, coach technical.
There you go, yep. He's taken one for the team there, the coach. By the looks of it, here's McRae. Good hand, Henderson Jr. He is becoming a vocal point of this game. Corner, Ben Levy.
Good look, exactly the kind of shot that the Saints want in transition. But they're just 4 for 13 from deep now at 31%.
Rob to Telfer, has already hit a triple. Can't add to it, but Rob wins it back. The big fella, Cal McRae to Rob. They've got to come up with something. Burton, shot clock at 6. Asbury back into the action. Oh, it's just skipping through.
The space he covered on that little jump step. And forcing guys up to 21 points now, 8 for 12 from the field, but just a beautiful display of footwork and patience offensively to get to that left-handed finish.
Is there a player in the Southland NBL in more form right now than Caleb Asbury?
Well, you can't really, coming off 38 and with 21 before the half, I'd say no.
Fun to watch as well. So much entertainment. Here's Samuel on McRae. McRae did really well. Samuel did better.
Well, it just shows you the strength of Donnie Samuel. I mean, Cal McRae is up there over 125 kilos easily. And that little shoulder dropped it just a bit, really displaced him and made that an easier hook shot.
Close to a quarter of a ton doing battle there.
That is some beef.
Asbury again. McRae, 1 look at it, 2 looks at it. May get a 3rd. No, he won't.
Transition opportunity. Where do the Saints go?
Got numbers here as well. Liafa.
Well, just attack the basket. Alonzo Burton tried to defend that nicely. Isaiah Liafa unable to get the finish, but gets the whistle off. And just look at the pressure he puts on Alonzo Burton. There, those hands jumping in. There was no foul late, but early on he's swiping at the basketball. That swipe earns him the whistle as now Cal McRae heads to the bench.
Won't see him again in this first half, you wouldn't think, as Liafa converts. Burton only 1 point in the game at the moment. Second one down for Liafa. He has scored heavily again today. 12 in the game for him.
Sharks had the chance to go for two for 1, but they're going a little bit slower offensively, so it'll be probably last possession with the Saints.
Good set of hands for the ball to be in right now. Asbury with the Moulton, gives up the shot. Burton, can he get going? That doesn't drop. Look who comes up with it. They settle again. Shot clock at 10. Asbury over the top, in and out. Ben Levy strong.
Saints not going to call timeout. Going to finish it on the court.
Liafa. Snow with the close attention. And that'll do us. So halftime here this afternoon in Wellington. It's been a really good contest. Saints lead it by 9. Caleb Asbury has been the star of the show with 21 points. Henderson Jr. also prolific, 13 for him, and he's filling the stat sheet. And here he is right now with Casey Frank.
Well, Terry, a bit of a disjointed game up to this point. Defensively, a lot of fouls being whistled. What does that mean for you guys offensively?
We're going to keep playing our game, man. We're going to try and just keep putting the pressure on them. We know that they're short limited on their full roster. So we're just going to keep putting the pressure on. We're at home. We got a great atmosphere right now. Keep getting downhill and trying to get open shots.
You guys doing well offensively. On the defensive side, Asbury over 21 points in the first half. Going to have to be more of a focal point. What would you like to force him away from?
I mean, try to make him catch it further out the paint. I mean, he's a great player. We all know that. Great size, great IQ. So, I mean, it's a tough cover. All we can do is kind of slow him down. You know, great players, you can't really stop him. So we're going to try our best to slow him down in the second half, make it tough.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. And now I've got big Cal McCray. Cal, you guys the Sharks were able to get off to a great start offensively. What was going right for you, especially in that first 15 minutes or so?
I think Caleb was being aggressive. He was attacking the rim, getting up good shots. I think attacking the glass and keep being physical is the key to success.
The whistle sort of went against you, the Sharks in the latter half of that second quarter. Ends up being a 9-point deficit at halftime. What do you have to do to get back on the right side of things?
Just not worry about the refs. I think we got caught up in it. So, yeah, just worry about ourselves.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half.
So a couple of stars here this afternoon, Big Callum McRae and Terry Henderson Jr. At the half, the Saints lead it by 9. Welcome back to TSB Bank Arena. Saints change rooms at halftime. Zico Coronel addressing his troops. They lead by 9, but they certainly have not had it, I should say, all their own way, Case.
No doubt about it. It was started out of a bit of a struggle. They were able to find their form late after things did get a little disjointed with a lot of fouls calls on both teams. Saints responded probably the better. Competition, and if they continue to do that, it's going to be very tough for the Sharks to stay in this game.
Quick look at the live ladder. Of course, Final Six starts on Wednesday night. Saints sitting in third. They get the win here, and the Airs lose. They will switch places. Saints right now, live ladder, sit in third position.
And with this 9-point lead right now, they are 46 points down in total score, meaning that 46-point difference is what the Airs have to play with later this afternoon.
Quick break here from Wellington. Crowd enjoying it. Oh, get your headsets on. It's too loud in here, isn't it? I agree. Saints by 9. Second half coming up after the break. My hockey, my second half about to start here in Wellington. Saints lead it by 9. Cal McRae's going to have a big second half here. He was good, 8 and 8 in the first half. Can he get going?
Well, when he gets the ball in hand, he's been very effective. It's just the Sharks have struggled to get the ball to him with consistency in positions that he can attack. We know how good he is in the low post. We know how good he is rebounding the basketball, over 12 rebounds a game. When he has time to operate in the low post, he can actually absolutely go to town. But it's going to be difficult down this big of a deficit for them to continue to feed him in the low post.
And there's a developing story here, Casey, because while we were away at that break, we can tell you that that technical foul that was listed under the coach, Guy Malloy, has now been changed to Caleb Asbury, and he is back to 4 fouls.
Yeah, I really can't explain it. Not sure exactly what's happening there, but earlier in the game on the play-by-play, it said technical foul on on the coaching staff. That has switched around. It says Caleb Asbury, technical foul now, and Guy Malloy was livid. He put Caleb Asbury back in the ball game.
Thinking he was on 3.
Thinking he was on 3. He could have picked up a 5th foul and been gone. So a huge development going against the Sharks. Guy Malloy sending Asbury back out into the court with those 4 fouls. So he is going to have to be very judicious with how he applies himself defensively.
And understandably, Coach Malloy was not happy at all. Came back out of the rooms to find that his star guard had gone from 3 to 4. And as you said, he put him back out there thinking he was on 3.
And never would have put him out there with 4. I was, a little surprised they put him out with 3, but, it's go time. You got nothing to lose after this one. Might as well get your best scorer out there.
So he has to be super careful. Cooper, Rob with the steal. Up and in. What a start for the Sharks.
Well, he read that one once again like a cheap novel. We'll go with medium priced since you don't like the cheap ones, but he was all over that one early on to cut this to 7 and finishes easily over Caslow Evans Jr.
Exactly what the Sharks would have wanted to start this third quarter. Nearly got another steal as well. It ends up with Harris for 3, and he drains it.
He's working so hard on that 3-point shot. It looks so much smoother than it did even at the beginning of the season. He has a lot of confidence letting that leave the hand. You can see why with the result.
Only shooting 3s at 22%, but from that spot up high, I reckon he's up near 40 this season. It's his spot.
Isaiah Liafa drops down to tie the shoe. They got a chance to double team here if they want it. Sharks aren't recognizing that though, so it's just a 4-on-5 at the moment.
Liafa now crosses halfway. Henderson Jr.
Back to back.
Harris, yes! Don't worry about where he's shooting them from. Throw that out the window.
He just gave the MJ shrug as well coming back. But look, he's confident in the shot. I was watching him shoot in pregame, and the form, the fluidity of the motion looks vastly different than it did at the start of the year.
Sharks with the opening 2, Saints with the next 6.
Asbury doesn't get the whistle there as Tohi Smith-Milner moves his feet well, and I can empathize with Asbury there, because even when Tohi Smith-Milner's not fouling you, it feels like he is.
He's a big unit, isn't he? Rob, 2 on the shot clock. Oh, bang! Cooper Rob, and he's gone down heavy after that. He's actually tripped up there. He stepped off the court.
Oh, no, he needs a sub. I think he twisted his ankle.
Well, the court drops away by a couple of inches on the sides, and he's actually just put his foot in the wrong spot and rolled his ankle.
His hand. Is that blister that he picked up the other night in Manawatu? When he went down on the court in Manawatu and got a little bit of a court burn, really bad blister, and he's grabbed that hand again. I think he's either popped it or opened it back up, and yeah, you can see the skin. He's right behind us. The skin is opened up and quite a bit of blood coming out.
So Rob straight off the floor to get some attention. Gee, it was a big shot.
Huge shot. Unfortunate for him to slip up on the hoardings on the sideline.
Asbury with the rebound. Rob will get patched up. He'll be back out there quickly, you'd think. Burton. Harris did well to get back into the contest there.
I'd be going to Cal McRae. Harris has 2. Instead, they go to Anger, who hits the jump shot nicely from the free throw line.
And we know that he can get going as well, Braden Inger. Just 5 in the game. Margin back to 8. Liafa, Smith-Milner.
Matariki Kape just in the wrong place there. The defensive rotation a wee bit late.
And he gets caught underneath the basket as Tohi Smith-Milner doesn't have a landing zone. Blown for the whistle. Nice delivery there by Liafa, and Kapia inside that that charge circle and moving around. If he doesn't move around, if it's illegal contact, it's a no call, but he is moving around there, so it's an illegal contact. And there we see Rob getting some help from the Saints medical staff to tape up that blister.
He'll be back out there shortly.
I don't know how he's going to shoot with that hand now. It's taped up very strongly. It's going to make things very difficult, and not to mention the pain of having just an open wound on your palm of your hand.
Saints back here Friday night, playing final number 2. We don't know their opponent just yet. Likely to be the Bulls. Burton for 3. Oh, rattled around.
Oh, that's one they really need. Couple of good looks for Burton. He hasn't been able to convert.
This man can shoot. Henderson Jr., rare miss from him. Asbury now, blue singlets everywhere, has to pull it out. McRae. Inga on the cut. Oh, I missed him completely. I just think Inga hadn't turned his head quick enough there.
Well, I just let him a little bit there. He had the hand up, but probably needed to get a little bit of air underneath that one, make it more of a lobby pass so it drops into the breadbasket. Instead, he's got it on a frozen rope, and Inger either thought it was to somebody else or didn't quite see it.
Harris on the turn, quick hands, Henderson Jr. short on the iron again, Rob back into the action. Nice rebound, look at him pick up the pace. He has Asbury all by himself. Caleb Asbury, so close yet again. What a game from him this afternoon, 21. Burton now off the glass, can't finish. The big fellas get after it.
Well, great work on the O boards. McRae twice there. Inger gets the first rebound, but that's because McRae kept it alive. And on that second possession, McRae gets his hands to it first. Tohi Smith-Milner, one of the few guys in the competition he has to reach up to. Can't knock it out of his hands, so possession stays with the Sharks.
10 rebounds today for Cal McRae.
Shifty.
Did well, didn't he? Just split the gap of Smith-Milner and Evans Jr.
How does a man that size split any kind of gap on this basketball court? That is a large human being. Look at this nimbleness of foot. And it's Caslow Evans Jr. just along for the ride.
Well, we spoke to Guy Malloy about him earlier, and you had a good chat with Cal McRae before we came on air, and big things for him coming up, I think.
Yeah, speaking about where his next opportunity is, we're not at liberty to divulge that just yet, but it's great that he's going to be able to go out, play professional basketball in the offseason. Had quite a few contract offers fall through this last year, so he wasn't able to play overseas, but he's got something locked in. Hopefully that's going to be publicized very shortly.
Harris, hand up high from Inga, bump down low. Harris to the Chemist Warehouse.
Well, Inga does well just to get a hand on that one and block it. The body contact down low is what gets that whistle. Look at the extension here. That's a pretty good block.
Hiram Harris this afternoon, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. He's got that look in his eye. Up to 11.
When he starts really attacking the basket in the second half, it just not only does his aggression end up in points for himself, but defenders just have to start leaking in and taking over, and that's when more of those outside looks start to become more available for the Saints as well.
He's already scored 8 points this quarter.
Up to 12 points, he's got 5 rebounds, he's got 2 assists, a steal.
Liapa's got the job on Asbury.
Oh, halfway down.
And now Liapa comes up with it. They spread the floor for him. He's got McRae in front. Toy Smith-Milner bumps into Asbury. Liapa, what a pass. Deserved a finish there from Smith-Milner.
He just had a couple of big rebounds in this last session of play. Doing a nice job on the glass.
Oh, hand came in from behind there. I think this is going to be on Tohi Smith-Milner.
No, it's on Caslow Evans Jr. with the body in front. The swipe from behind was clean, but yeah, that whistle is called on Evans Jr., 25. I just think the contact with the body, if the ball doesn't get knocked away, he probably gets away with it. But because the possession is displaced, I think the officiating crew, Matt Bathurst in this instant, was forced into a whistle.
It's always a clumsy look as well, isn't it?
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
Rob!
That's beautiful.
Really good drive to the basket from Cooper Rob.
I mean, his burst from 0 to top speed really creates that when he's splitting that double.
And he's called for his 4th foul here. Goes down again, clutching that hand.
Are we going to count that? Or are they saying, did he pick that up, get that in a shooting motion? I think they're saying count it. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul. So I didn't see it from my position here, Case, but the Sharks bench screamed out offensive straight away. And there it is. Camera on the baseline picks it up.
Yeah, I think Cooper Rob does a really good job of feeling that contact and reacting to it. I think if he had not reacted to that level, the whistle probably doesn't go his way and it's an N1. Instead, possession to the Sharks.
Any high contact, though, it's hard to get out of it, isn't it?
Well, when you extend that elbow, anytime you extend that elbow, it's easier for the refs to call.
Asbury's fouled by Ben Levy. Liafa and Cooper Rob are having a really good ding-dong battle over the last couple of minutes as well.
And Liafa's saying, hey, you call that on him over there. Can I get that same whistle when he's got his elbow on my shoulder, my chest, and is pushing me off? And we'll take a look at it here. Oh, there's the pass. There's the heavy contact from Ben Levy.
But just off the ball there, Liafa and Cooper Rob came together again, and you're right. Cooper Rob with the outstretched push.
He is. Cooper Rob is spending a lot of time looking at that hand. You can tell it's a lot of discomfort in there. The Saints should probably adjust it, and I would be looking at giving him jump shots, just no more drives.
Asbury at the Chemist Warehouse. 4 of 5 this afternoon.
Up to 23 points, 4 boards, 3 assists.
Liafa, step back 3. Asbury, gee, gets up, doesn't he? And a foul there on Darnay Samuel. And it's going to be shots, is it? It is. So Asbury's going to walk the length of the floor here and head back to the stripe.
Well, in the latter half of that second quarter, the Sharks were the ones having trouble not fouling. And now it's come back out of the halftime break, and we're just seeing silly fouls there. Darnay Samuel just puts his hand in the cookie jar, gets whistled for it, and just giving free possessions to the Sharks, getting the chance for the leading scorer to continue to get his eye in. Remember, he's got 4 fouls, and he's still out there, up to 24 points now. Little surprised the Saints haven't attacked him to a higher degree. If I try and get him in an all ball, get him into a switch and go right at him in the post, because you would have either putting him on the precipice of getting the 5th foul or a free walk to the basket.
And importantly, they've got that margin back down to 4.
That happened quick.
Nice work from the Sharks. Saints need to respond here. Burton with the pressure, and it was enough. Rob looks up court. Here's Burton, just tripping over Ben Levy, opened it up for Zoe.
Well, that should have been an easy switch. There was no communication though, because Liafa and Ben Levy were already switched on the opposite sides players. That should have been an easy switch. Instead, wide open look for Zoe Burton.
Back to 1, Ben Levy doubled inside. Look at Burton getting after it. Ben Levy, turnaround.
Well, not an easy shot, but a very skillful one. Hits the fadeaway, gets his first bucket of the day at a time when the Saints needed a post.
Sharks wanted a key violation called there on Ben Levy. Under 4 to play in this 3rd quarter. Inga, McRae copped a nice slap across the wrist from Liafa.
And another foul on the Saints, the 2nd on Isaiah Liafa, but the 6th in this quarter. And Caleb Asbury talking to Guy Malloy on the bench. Malloy asking if he wants to come out, and Asbury says, no, leave me in. Nice feed by Inger. Had Liafa not gotten that foul, that's a tough shot for McRae to finish. He was off balance, didn't really know where the rim was. But he gets the free throw to drop off the rattling at home.
Saints have been a bit jittery here on their home floor this season.
Well, they had this game in control at halftime, up 9 points. But just like that, this lead is back down to 1. As the Sharks have scored 20 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they've rattled them on quickly. McRae, another rebound for him. Look at Rob to Asbury. Oh, that's foul number 5.
It's going to be 5.
He'll be done for that. He's out of the game. He's out of the game. What a moment. Caleb Asbury gone.
Yeah, it's a close one. It's one of those bang-bang plays. It looked like Liafa was set, but because of it, that's his game. He is done for the day. Let's take a look at it. That's one that it's a 50-50 call. I think either way you call it, the other opposition's going to be upset about it. And remember, I mentioned just 10 seconds ago, 15 seconds ago, Coach Guy Malloy said, should I get you out? Asbury said no. And unfortunately for him, next time he touches it, he gets that whistle and he is fouled out of the game.
And of course, we go back to the controversy of the second quarter. The tech foul originally given to the Sharks bench, and then it was changed minutes before the third quarter started to Asbury.
But originally given to Asbury, he had a fourth, then it was switched to the coach, and then at halftime switched back. You just, I mean, this is going to be a lot of frustration for the Sharks, for Coach Guy Malloy, and particularly for Caleb Asbury, who was at 25 points and well on his way to a fantastic scoring game.
Asbury done for the afternoon. How unfortunate, 25 in the game for him.
But that is the danger of playing with 4 fouls. You have to be so careful and so meticulous about what you're playing with when you're in that kind of foul trouble, and just a little too aggressive against Isaiah Liafa, who is maybe the best in the competition at taking charges.
Who steps up here, Case? I mean, they're back to within 1. Someone has to step up and carry the load.
We know that Rob has been playing better basketball here in the third quarter. With that hand injury, I don't know if that's going to happen. You've got Braden Inger and Alonzo Burton, who have combined for 3 for 14 from the field right now with 9 points. If one of them does not lift, I don't see how the Sharks are going to be able to stay in this game offensively. This is already a team at the bottom of the competition in scoring. Against the Saints team now, where you take out not only their best scorer of the day, but one of their better defenders. That is going to make things very difficult for the Sharks moving forward.
Last game of the season for the Sharks here today. Of course, the Saints are headed to the final 6. They're going to play in final next Friday night, either against the Bulls or the Giants. As we said earlier today, Casey, we've got a little bit of royalty in the house here this afternoon. Great to have Eric Devendorf, an absolute star of this competition, back home, so to speak, here in Wellington. I think he's good enough to join us now. Let's go upstairs. And Eric, great to see you. Welcome back to Wellington. Welcome back to Aotearoa, New Zealand.
What's going on, guys? Oh, man, it's been great to get back here. I tell everyone it's my favorite place to be, so it's been special being back.
It was great to see you before the game, Ian, and fantastic to have you in Wellington. You know, bringing back those memories about when you joined the Saints, we won that title. And what do you remember from that magical season where, I got to say, we were one of the most talented teams in the history of this competition?
No, absolutely. So I came out here and started with in Hamilton, had a pretty good 7 games, got released, and then fortunately got picked up by Wellington. And, you know, I mean, you remember the team, Case. You know, me, you, Linz, Aaron Maxey, Nick Horvath, you know, Damian, George, Troy, a bunch of guys here. So it's great to see them again. And, yeah, it was one of the most talented teams that I've been a part of. I remember scoring, you know, 90s into the 100s every single game. And it was just a great season. Besides on the floor, off the floor, I think we all connected and had a great time with each other. So it's pretty special being back here and seeing everyone. 2-time
Sal's NBL scoring champion, a championship winner, and a member of the 40 in 40. Did you just say you got released by the Pistons?
Yeah. They made a mistake, but the funny thing is, though, we ended up seeing them again in the finals, and it worked out how it was supposed to be, man. We saw them in the finals, we won, and, you know, shout out to Dean Vickerman, who brought me over here, man. He was a great coach, obviously now with Melbourne United, but, you know, everything worked out how it was supposed to be, and, you know, I was fortunate to be able to land in Wellington and on the great team that we had and win a championship.
Can you share with the New Zealand viewing public what you've been up to? I've been keeping up with you across the socials, but can you share with everybody watching at home what you've been filling your time with back in the States?
Yeah, so I got a basketball program that I run back home in Syracuse, New York called ED23 Hoops, where we do camps, clinics, teams, and I have a bunch of coaches that work under me, and I also run a nonprofit which helps a lot of the kids who can't afford the program to be able to be a part of it. So I'm busy doing a lot of events out of that, running a lot of camps, and then I've also dabbled with broadcasting. I did a bunch of games for ESPN and ACC Network last year, and now going into next season, I'm going to be joining the Syracuse University basketball staff. So I've been really close with them throughout my time at Syracuse, and we talked about it over the summer. So, when I get back home, I'll be getting ready for the season up at Syracuse. So pretty fortunate to be able to have that opportunity.
Is there any truth to the rumor that you're still so fit you can suit up right now and drop 40 on them?
I could come out right now in the fourth quarter, get a quick 10, and then just sit down and be happy with that.
You ain't never lied, bro. You ain't never lied.
Fantastic. I hope Lindsay Tate's behaving himself up there beside you as well.
We're behaving the best that we can, man. We're enjoying it.
There he is. Good on you, Eric Devendorf, joining us this afternoon. What a player.
Love that dude. A walking bucket. And make no mistake about it, when Waikato released him after 3 games, by the way, he had 45 in one of those 3 games.
What?
He had 45 in one of them. When they released him, when we saw them in the finals, Eric Devendorf, after we got that final buzzer and won the championship in a great 3-game series with another great team, Waikato was very good, but he definitely let Dino know about the mistake that he made that season.
And I do love the fact that when I brought it up, he did say they made a mistake.
Oh, they did.
Fantastic to have Eric Devendorf in the building with us today.
Bucket.
And out of all of that, while we're talking to him, only 2 points have been added. This is an arm wrestle right now. Caleb Asprey done for the afternoon if you've just joined us. A lot of controversy around his fouls here today, but he's got 5 fouls and he's sitting. Here's McRae. Telfer. Round the back, Ben Levy, nice hand. That's come off Ben Levy last.
Has it? Yep, has. So here we go. Sharks, 0.1 on the clock, though. Going to be tough to get a shot up. Going to have to be McRae underneath on the tap.
And they're doubling him right now. Liafa in front, Smith-Milner from behind. Goes up, and he got a tap. And I reckon that's against Smith-Milner. Had his arm around him, Case. Had his left arm around him. And the coin official up high, Sasha Nicholson, has seen that.
Let's take another look at it. Yeah, he's got the grab. Yeah.
That's a foul.
It is a foul. I've been in the post before, though. If you called every one of those grabs, this would be a very long afternoon. But Tohi Smith, when the ball's going up on that sort of shooting possession, and it sort of affects his ability to get up and get free, he can't slap it cleanly. That's why I think that whistle gets blown.
First one is down from the Chemist Warehouse. McRae, 13 points, 12 rebounds and 3 assists. Another very good body of work from him. And the second, we're back to 1.
How do the Saints respond? Hiram Harris, they like to attack right off of these little on-ball screens, get him to the bucket. He's got the mismatch now.
Ben Levy, corner. Rob, rebound, and they've got runners.
3-point shot is abandoned. The Saints, they are now 6 for 22. They were at one time 4 for 9. They've only made 2 of the last 13.
Sharks can take the lead right here. Wheeler to Telfer, to Inga, floater. Doesn't go down. Harris up quickly. Ends up with Henderson Jr., little floater, short corner, no.
Yeah, probably would have gone to Henderson Jr. on that initial attack. He had a lot of space. Instead, he ends up in the floater game, and an 8-second differential between shot and game clock for the Sharks here.
Down to 22. Wheeler, some late minutes or late seconds for him in this third. McRae, Harris in front of him. Inga, corner, catch, shoot. Oh, halfway down, round the world.
5 seconds on the clock. It's going to be Hiram Harris making the decision.
Or will it be Cooper Robb? Robb, deep 3 off the steal, is down! What a basket! What a basket from Cooper Robb! And the Sharks take the lead. How about that? Look at this. Steal, mid-court, buzzer, beater, 3/4 time, Sharks in front. Huge play. And the confidence now with the visitors. Quick breaks. Last quarter coming up. Oh, wow. Welcome back. Sharks lead this one by 2, and that's the reason why. Right on the buzzer, a steal and a deep 3 from Cooper Robb. What a shot.
He's been so impressive this season. His decision-making, his timeliness, he's changed the way the Sharks teams play, and now it's a huge shot there.
Let's head down to Zico Coronel on the sidelines. These two teams, Zico, always put on a great show. It's a real arm wrestle. What was the message at three-quarter time?
I mean, I think you guys have got audio on us the whole time, right? So you probably already just heard it.
No, actually we didn't, so could you tell us?
Effectively, whether we want to play or not.
So coming down the stretch, what is the key offensively to find some kind of efficiency? You guys have really been struggling on that end.
Share the ball.
Rightio, thanks Zico. Appreciate your time. Never gives us too much, does he?
This is why we're asking the question, Zico. If we already know, we wouldn't ask.
Just give us an answer. Cal McRae scores, and the Sharks are out by a couple. Liafa inside, outside, Henderson Jr.
Well, that is what they need. Somebody to find a little bit of form from beyond the arc. And that one is able to get to drop by Henderson Jr.
Telfa surrounded. Saints come up with it. Saints are always going to have a patch case. There's going to be a time when they get on a run. The Sharks have got to stick with them. It might be right now. Liafa, timeout Sharks.
Well, excellent response coming out of the break. You can tell by the way Zico was chatting that he obviously just challenged them. Do you want to play? I'm sure there was some colorful words in there. Do you want to play? Can we play? They've come out and they've played to a higher degree to start off this fourth quarter.
Wasn't much of a chat, by the way.
Well, I would call it more of a challenge.
Guy Malloy, coach of the Sharks, has called the timeout. They're down by 4 now. Let's have a listen in.
If we come off the captain, it's not a flood of people. Come off the captain, take two's got to get to the shooter. All right, so make sure we're talking on that rotation. Okay, on this play here, Zoe's in the corner. Coops, you got it. Just normal flow setup. Tell if you're right to here. So bring it in and let's go and away to Zoe. Here, Coops stay out. Now, present back on the L. They're going to deny you, Coops. In fact, run it on the other side. Zoe coming off this way. Coops stay up. When Zoe catches it, take a deep breath. Drive it at Coops. Look at that back door. Hand it off to Telf if you don't have it. Telf, you come up.
Well, the Saints have made their move here with a couple of big baskets. First of all, Henderson Jr., he is such a good shooter. And then this man, Liafa.
Well, the ball in his hands for both possessions. A great decision, penetrating the lane, drawing defenders, finding the shooter on the outside. And the second time around, just doing what he really is, I think, most comfortable doing, shooting the ball, coming off those on balls, making a tough shot in space.
Caleb Asbury fouled out during the third quarter here today, 25 for the Sharks. But they hang tough within 4. Burton, doubled. McRae, Inga, corner, Rob, long look at it.
And that's a flop warning on the Saints as well on that one. Great decision coming inside and finding Rob outside, who was locked in despite that injury to the hand.
Who's your MVP? There's the QR code. Tell us, we want to hear from you. It's your choice. So many stars today, including Liafa.
Stepped on the line. Did not quite have his feet in bounds. Fantastic effort defensively. As he saves that one, it would have kept possession, but we'll take another look at it. Yeah, good call there by official Sasha Nicholson. Right on it, that foot just touching the ground before he's able to get rid of the basketball.
We'll bring up that MVP QR code for you again in just a moment. We'd love to hear your thoughts, Casey, because I think it's going to be a tight race for the viewers today.
A lot of options out there, but I'm just keen on this game. Let's get decided on the court.
Rob up strong, Harris equal to the task.
Saints need to push, gets this bucket going before this defense gets set for the Sharks.
Evans Jr. back onto the court. Henderson Jr. What a game from him this afternoon.
Really nice decision to rip that one through. Telfer has to guard him closely. He's right up on him because of his shooting prowess. But this quick rip through baseline, no help. McCrea, he's not in the low post because he's got to guard Tohi Smith-Milner on the perimeter. It's a long rotation for him to get down.
Asbury, 30% of the vote at the moment.
Where's
Kel
Cooper
McRae, 25%. Ask it again.
Where's Cooper Rob? I love what Asbury's done. McCrae's had a great game. But if you're talking about whose influence on the game is most felt right now, it's between Rob and between Isaiah Liafa for my mind.
Cooper Rob, 5 steals as well. Harris another rebound off the missed shot. Margin at 3. Ayers and the Giants still to come today. That'll close us out for the regular season. Evans Jr.
Huge shot for the young fella. First start, I believe, of his career for the Saints today. In there in the fourth quarter, tight ball game, big bucket.
Opens it out to 6. Now we pass it over to the Sharks. How are they going to respond? They're not.
Get up, Tohi Smith-Milner. Oh, no.
Oh,
had
the bunny.
No, you could say he slipped.
He did, you're
right. There was
right.
a wet spot.
And now a chance for the Sharks. Can't convert. Oh, Smith-Milner, a little bit ginger off that as well.
But, I mean, you're really lucky he didn't get seriously injured. And he's got a bit of a smile on his face after blowing that one.
Harris, I think he's double dribbled. He has. He thought there was contact. He thought it was knocked out of his hand.
Tohi Smith-Milner slipping on the fast break.
Still having a little bit of a wry grin about it as well. Here we go. Let's have a look at this.
There is no place to hide there, but you see, no, he just has the blowout. Just has the blowout. Doesn't slip.
Is that going to be a telling moment of the game as well? Ben Hall back out there. McRae closely guarded. Inga, good hand. Liafa, so strong defensively. And now he puts on the Jets. Oh, he's traveled. Surely he has.
Back-to-back turnovers. Saints up 6, a chance to really put some distance in between themselves and the Sharks with these 2 possessions. And on the back of that Tohi Smith-Milner miss, that's really like 6 points given away. Could be a double-digit lead right now very easily if they were executed at a higher level.
No Ben Air today. No Rangi Mariette, Dougal Meter. Both out. Both should return for the Saints next Friday night. Playing final right here. McRae pass, Telfer, second effort was good.
Good hand, Henderson Jr., but Telfer with the stick-to-itiveness. Second time around, cuts it to 4.
And they're staying in the fight, aren't they? Evans Jr., oh, Rob was right there looking for steal number 6. Doesn't matter, they'll turn it over again, the Saints. Rob has numbers. Hall on the run, Liafa with the hand.
that's a turnover. Liafa hits it off the foot of Hall. What a close of distance there by Liafa. We had the same angle as Rob. It looked like an open pass.
Oh, that's huge.
Liafa just somehow gets to it.
Huge effort from Isaiah Liafa. Stopped a certain two. And now the Saints, who've been rusty the last few times down the floor. Henderson Jr. just throws it up, did well. Harris, Liafa, big play, Saints!
Deep three-point shot.
What a play.
Isaiah Liafa. I mean, no hesitation. Just lines that one up. He is now 4 for 9 from deep on the day and did not hesitate in that in any way, shape, or form. I mean, that's a 26-footer, and he did not care one bit for that three-point line not being close to him.
What about Henderson Jr. though? Smart, got a hand to it, flicked it up high.
Well, his play's been fantastic today. There we take another look at that one. Somehow gets it there, throws it up. Hiram Harris beats the team to it, and look at that one. Line it up, knock it down.
Huge play for the Saints. And they're out by 7 with 5:05 to play. Earlier today, Sky Broadband Rapid League, Saints home by 6. Two coaches with the job to do right now. Fascinating stuff. The game MVP, QR code there, fun and free, sells pizzas up for grabs. Hey, I tell you what, the audience is listening. Cooper Rob up to 23%. Ben Hall's got some serious fans out there, hasn't he?
Some big fans. The Orange Army has spoken. Suddenly, they've got over 60% of the vote.
Wow.
Now, I'm glad Cooper Rob up's there, and I understand Caleb Asbury. But there's a couple of Saints that maybe should be on the list considering they're up 7.
Come on, Saints fans. Liafa has 18 points, 7 assists in the game. Henderson Jr., 18 points as well. Hiram Harris now up to 14 points, 9 rebounds. Surely they deserve some votes as well. Asbury hasn't played for the last 10 minutes.
Still has 25, 5 and 3. Not to mention the steal.
And he won't play for the next 5, by the way.
He is done for the day. Put him in the ice hook.
Cooper Rob back underway. Hall to McRae. Telfer waiting in the corner for it. Burton, speaking of deep, can't get it to go though.
Just got to find some way to create a more efficient look than that. Off the rebound with everybody scrambling a little different, that was pretty well covered.
Imagine if the Sharks had had this team at the start of the season and only 2 imports. You mentioned that earlier, Case. Turnaround. Burton, rebound.
Oh, what a steal by Levy.
Really good. He's going to have to go it alone here. Bodies in, up and over. Right there, Samuel.
Oh, just like the fight, though. They're staying with it. It's not going their way, but they're doing enough to keep it offensive.
Oh, he had Henderson Jr. available on the wing as well.
I mean, I know Donnie Samuel's strong, but he would have to be like Chuck Norris meme strong to put Cal McRae to the ground with that. Well, you see the drop shoulder. Cal McRae takes it well. A heads-up play to take that into the chest and force the turnover on that one.
Surely had to go to Henderson Jr. on the wing then. Missed opportunity for the Saints. Sharks have to come up with something right now. They have stayed in this contest all afternoon. Can they respond? Burton just runs into a wall.
Great defense. Donnie Samuel really rotated well. Took a shot in the ribs, it looks like.
And now Henderson Jr. high off the glass for 2. What a game from him today.
Well, he's just been extremely efficient and there when his team needs it most. He is now 6 for 10 from the field, leading scorer for the Saints with 20 points. And huge on the drives. I mean, we speak so much about his jump shot and how smooth that is, but his penetrating ability has been key down the stretch here in the 4th quarter for the Saints.
3 steals for Terry Henderson Jr. as well. Mid-season pickup, came in to replace Lat Mayen. And the shot from the Chemist Warehouse is good. He's up to 21 at 10. Look at the attention to Cooper Rob. Now they're tangled up. Nowhere to go. Flicks it out. Finds Hall. Shot clock at 8. McRae with the screen. Rob is going to have to force something up here. Deep 2.
Great defense by the Saints. Aggressively getting out beyond that three-point line, but staying with their defensive assignments despite all the movement.
Liafa. Ben Levy.
Patience.
Nice. Little hesitation, wasn't it?
Just excellent patience. Stretching it out, and just like that, it's a 12-point lead. Sharks have to get a bucket here to stay in this one.
And they are working Cooper Robb over. Again, double turnover. Saints coming up with numbers. Henderson Jr. another 2.
I mean, what an explosive couple of minutes for this squad. They've done so well to take that lead and take over this game down the stretch. Stretching it out to 14 points now with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
Don't forget, Casey, these points are all important. Plus 61 difference between the Airs and the Saints coming in. Saints won the...
Player timeout being called by the Sharks here.
Yeah, it is too. Saints won the Rapid League by 6, lead by 14. So that's a 20-point gain for them right now. 20-point gain. A gain, I should say. So a little bit of pressure on the Airs. They play the Giants coming up after this one. Margin right now on the points difference would be plus 41. And of course, the Airs are coming up against the best Rapid League team in the business in the Giants this season as well.
It's gonna make it something. Saints need to keep the pressure on, though. They have to continue to try and score to even make that a pipe dream, much less a reality.
So Sharks use their player timeout to try and settle this down. Need something really special from here. McRae turns into trouble. Did he get it off in time? He did. Basket counts.
He's got such a soft touch. He's so skilled offensively in the post, and a wide load to deal with when he gets that one-on-one opportunity.
18 and 14 for McRae. Henderson Jr. Ben Levy twisting, turning, and not finishing. May get it back. I think it's come off Ben Levy.
I love the effort, love the work rate by Kuvarov. Just enough hustle there to knock it out of the hands and keep it to possession for the Sharks.
Let's have a look at the MVP poll. All about you, the viewers. It's your choice, and Cooper Robb's gone to #1. It's all Sharks. Where are the Saints? All Sharks this afternoon. Oh, Henderson Jr. It looked clean. The wraparound behind it looked clean.
I mean, that was right in front of us. I did not see a lot of contact there.
It's just one of those plays in basketball.
You get pinged for it a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, oftentimes it's almost a certain level of respect that you have to already have from the officials to get away with it.
Unlucky. Rob now to McRae. McRae just has players all over him.
Just the 4th foul on the Saints, so that'll be ball on the sideline. Sorry, baseline.
Well, the Saints have been tested here today. They've been tested quite a few times on their home floor. We know that they're missing Ben Air. We know that they're headed to a play-in on Friday night, likely against the Bulls, who did win here in overtime against the Saints. Burton with a late 3.
That's a big hit, making it somewhat a possibility to come back in this, but the Saints can take a lot of that air out of that possibility by just having a long possession.
Well, Cooper Robb's been hurt off the ball here, just ran into Smith Milner.
Yeah, not the first, won't be the last.
Henderson Jr. looking to add to his game.
Just a quicker possession than the Saints really needed there. Up 9, a minute left, you want to use the full 24.
Burton just stagnant now, the Sharks, aren't they? Again, hanging off. Cal McRae.
That's going to be free throws from McRae.
Foul on Hiram Harris.
No, foul's on Isaiah Liafa, #2 on that one.
They could have raffled it in the end. Trying to lock down this Sharks big man. And I'll tell you, the last, 6 weeks for the Sharks, this season?
Been a solid 6 weeks.
Really good.
All happened once they got Cooper Robb on the squad. Really changed their fortunes. And as you mentioned, unfortunately, couldn't have that. Wouldn't have been able to get him at the beginning of the year. Obviously, he was still playing, but it's certainly some questions of what could have been if we would just found that right mix of talent and players a little earlier. And we're going to see Cal McRae head to the bench, and that's going to be his season over as Guy Malloy sends some of the big guys over.
And what a season.
Great year for him. Almost 13 rebounds a game, 19 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists today. Just such a talented player, has a bright future. Actually just got a text from Nick Horvath, my former championship winning teammate. 3 free throws.
Well, Cooper Robb right on the buzzer
6
at three-quarter time. That's almost exactly a replica.
6 steals for this man. Back to the story, but Horvath just sent me a text. He's a big fan of him, coached him as a high school player, and he wonders what his ceiling is. What level can Cal McRae play at? And it certainly is going to be a high one. There's things he has to work on. I think foot speed, especially in the all ball, is a weakness that if he can just get himself to average in that aspect, it would mean so much for him playing at an extremely high level. But with that kind of size, that kind of touch, that kind of intelligence as a basketball player, he's got a lot of options in his future. Another steal.
Nearly 6 steals today for Cooper Robb, 17 points, 6 rebounds.
He's relentless, man. I love the work rate. I love the way he goes about his business. I mean, he is, doesn't look like he'd want to play poker against him.
Well, as good as the addition of Robb has been, we've mentioned it a few times, what it allowed the Sharks to do through the back third of the season is move Caleb Asbury to his more natural 2 spot, and we've seen the result of that. Dying stages here this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed all of the action on Sky Open, also Sky Sport, ESPN throughout the United States, and of course every corner of the globe on FIBA YouTube. It's been a beauty.
This is, of course, the last day of the regular season, the penultimate game of the year, before the final start Wednesday night in Taranaki.
Yeah, by the way, Casey, I can confirm that the 2 Wednesday night finals, as you said, New Plymouth on Wednesday night, late fouls here, and then the following Wednesday semi-final, Tuatara at home. We don't know against who. It'll be the winner of the Saints game on Friday night. Those 2 Wednesday night finals also live across the world on Sky Sport TikTok. How good is that?
Fantastic opportunity for everyone who isn't watching right now on Sky, who doesn't have that subscription, to get involved in the game, and a great way to interact. A lot of a different way to do those games. A lot more interaction in those time breaks, some Q&As. It's been fun doing the games on TikTok this year. Free throws now.
Rightio, who are the viewers gone for this afternoon in the MVP poll? Your choice, of course, Cooper Robb, 36%. Well deserved, I think.
He's played well. I mean, he's had such an influence on the game. Asbury, I think, pardon me, could have been a little bit higher up the list had he continued the game. But Terry Henderson Jr., Isaiah Liapa, probably unfortunate for them to have all these Saints fans in the building and not watching at home.
Sharks taking too much time here. Hall fires for 3, well short. Saints are going to finish this one off, and they're going to do the last bit of the damage from the Chemist Warehouse.
Well, if this one finishes on 10 points as Brandon Inger picks up his 4th personal foul, that is going to be a 46-point differential, which you could probably say the Taranaki Airs are going to be safe with.
Safe. And if that's the case, Wednesday night will be Airs and Giants knockout play-in. Friday night will be Saints and Bulls. There's the live ladder. Saints sit in 3rd. Now, the only way that they'll stay in 3rd, by the look of it, is if the Airs go down to the Giants tonight. Possible. Very, very possible.
And that Giants game coming up, McCarron and
Kobe Langley, both questionable. The question is, do the coaches want to play those guys? I would reckon probably not.
So this one peters out. Saints aren't even going to worry about the points here. That'll do us. Saints win by 10, their final regular season home game. They are headed towards the final 6 and possibly a 13th title. They've got a bit of work ahead of them yet. Friday night right here, and we'll have all of the coverage live on Sky Sport. The Saints will be in a play-in final. Will it be the Bulls or will it be the Giants? Lots of stars here today. Caleb Asprey, 25 points for the Sharks. Cooper Robb, sensational, 17.6 steals. He was your viewer MVP. Terry Henderson Jr. amongst it as well for the Saints. Good game from him with 23 points. Liafa had 18, Smith Milner had 15. But the Sharks send the season off with a very gallant performance here today. Hasn't been their season. We expect better. They had a really rough opening, but a lot to come out of their final third of the season and a lot to look forward to if you're a Sharks fan in season 2025. Cooper Robb was your MVP today. Here he is with Case.
Well, Cooper, not the way you guys wanted to go, a valiant effort. What can you say about your teammates' efforts today? Down a couple of bodies and even more when Asbury went out with fouls.
Oh, I mean, we played together, we played hard. I mean, we ended the season on a 4-5 there at the end of the year. We played how we've been playing for the last 9 games together and, just leaving everything out there. So, yeah, it didn't turn out how we wanted it, but, I'm proud of how these guys ended the year, coming in late. So.
You were the Mix and Pick MVP fan vote winner today. The fans down in Southland really behind you. Can you share with us what you did to the hand and how that affected you?
Last game on Friday, I dove for the ball, bounced past to Caleb for the, nice dunk, but had a little blister there, and then I fell on that 3. It completely came off, so it was a little raw, but I fixed it up and I got back out there. So.
Well, it was a great effort, especially those shots at the end of the quarters. Thanks for your efforts, and hope to see you around the world.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
He was great today, wasn't he, Cooper Robb? Chemist Warehouse stats, Saints get home by 10. There's the tail of the tape. 36 bench points for the Saints. That was telling, but gee, the Sharks were gallant. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Now, final 6, it all starts on Wednesday night. We're going to be in New Plymouth Wednesday night. This is the way it looks right now if the Airs win in the game to come tonight. It'll be Airs and Bulls, it'll be Saints and Giants. Could change, may change, unlikely. We'll wait and see. Across to the semi-finals, grand final on July 28th, Case.
That's all that's left. 1 game in the regular season, and those 5 games there. We've got the season 24 champion ready to be crowned.
Airs and the Giants to come to finish us off for the regular season. All of the action on Sky Sport. But today, it's the Saints. They get home by 10. It was a tough one. The Sharks gallant in defense.